Alright, alright, alright. Into your respective corners. We actually got it to work. I don't believe it. I actually do not believe it. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane, dude. Holy sheesh. Alright. Alright, we do have both of our players in world. I don't believe. Alright, we got this. We are only 30 minutes late, but it's okay. We'll live. Alright, thank you all for your patience, folks. Dueling Square Supremacy, I hate it. Well, if it works, it works. So we're just going to go with that for now, I think. Alright, well, we are going to get our players into their respective corners. Oh, we got there. We got there. My apologies, everyone, for the lateness. We did get the players in, and we are going to crack on now with the duel. Kaboom. As the bows come out here, Honor. Chungus says, don't tell me I didn't. There we go. Alright, we're good. I think both players are now ready. We are going to see the Starfists on the side of Embern versus the side of Darcy. Starfists, of course, are very strong, especially in this rule set. Given how we still haven't allowed all the Mega Greases, all of that shenanigans, as Shamshir comes out here from the side of Embern, a nice swap there, but we are going to see Darcy here chilling on the side. We see these running attacks there. Darcy doing a really good job of getting some decent damage in, keeping up that pressure. Embern forced back now. Darcy going for yet another running. We are going to see that poison bar build up slowly but surely, but we're seeing an awful lot of space given to Embern. Here's the running R2 comes out there, trying to bait out a strafe as Darcy's going to push in that aggression. Embern is going to be outspaced, but unfortunately the side is going to be too short to be able to punish, as we are going to see both players now chilling like villains now. We do see these crouches come in there, but unfortunately Embern is going to be able to just stop that nice bit of aggression from Darce. The aggression there, of course, the side here does not have very many advantages in this matchup, as we see the crouch R1 come out there. Good dead angle there, however, Embern is going to be roll caught coming in there with a tasty 400 HP lead for Darce, as we see another crouch into the standing R1 there. Good trade. Embern is going to be... Oh no! The poison is now on Embern, as we are going to see both players here. The roars ringing out from across the arena, as we are going to see... Oh no, Embern is only one-handed with the fist as a running attack comes through there into another attempted punish there by Darce. 1100 to 829, but of course both players still have tears. It's still within margins of error here for Darcy to throw this health lead away, as we see 700 HP, the fat roll, and there you go. That is going to be it. The off axe comes out there, and the roll catches into another roll catch, into another, and that's going to be Darce taking that first round. Holy she, the aggression. The aggression. Alright, Darcy takes the first point. Very nicely done. And while we are waiting, let's just take a quick peek at the builds. It is going to be this 54 strength, 39 end on the side of Darce, and Embern on the 46 end. 46 end and 50 strength. Interesting builds. Interesting builds, as we're going to stare at this lovely wall. Why did she start fat rolling? Probably got messed up in menus. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes you've set up a build and you go for a tally swap that you didn't account for, and then there you are. That's what basically happens. Do you hate to see it? It's an unfork bestie moment. We should be live on both. Yes, we are. Okay, cool. Alright, well, both players are back in now again. 1 to Darce, and this best of 5. Let's crack on, as the shear is back out now for the side of Embern. As the bolt is out, the physics are drag, and the poison mist is going out. And there we have it. We are going to see just that insane aggression here. An insane amount of aggression. Beautiful spacing here, but the backswing is not going to dissuade Darcy, as we do see Embern going over for that fist swap there, which is of course huge. But we do see that swap back over. Nice, we finally got it, as the off axe is now out. Darcy recognizing that it is going to work as a running attack comes through there. Force back now into this long neutral. The roar's coming out there, but it's not going to be enough as the off-axe comes through there to try and force that bit of pressure. Darcy here is playing very comfortably here. Embern is playing a very, very long neutral game. Darcy seems much more in the aggressive posture all the way through these fights, as we are going to see that hit. Oh, the off-axe comes out there into a running R1 from the side of Darcy, and I believe that was dead angled as well to try and make sure that no strafes were going to happen, as we do see that attempt to punish there. The poison mist is still on. The off-axe comes through there. Oh, Embern is going to be punished here. She has the health lead, 1800 to 1200. However, this could turn around very, very quickly. Oh my god, the strafe on the side of Darce as another running attack comes through there, and that's going to be the poison continuing to build up here for Embern, almost managing to space out that running attack there on is Darcy. However, the scythe comes through, managing to get that second ghost hit there. The poison is going to be very, very close here, folks. 800 HP, and the difference as the poison mist comes through again. No attempt to punish there by Embern as a running attack comes through there. The poison bar is still yet filling up. I'd say about 1 or 2 more hits to get that punish. Nice, and there we have it. Into that, and that's going to be Embern poison. This is huge. 700 HP to 900. Darcy evening this one out as the Shamshir comes out again. However, we are going to see that trade in there. Darcy no longer has her tier, and now that's going to be an R2. That the R2 is huge, as that's going to be the tier gone. Embern not choosing to get the counter aggression there, just electing to kind of chill here in neutral as it does his peer, as though the fat roll is back in once more. And there we go. We are going to see the swap over now onto the G-Spear. That is 95 HP there for Darcy. 460. We're slowly ticking down here. No attempts to abolish yet, as it does seem as though the blink bolt comes out into the punish. 200, almost managing to get that roll catch there is Darce, but unfortunately the fists of fury come through, and that is going to be Embern putting herself on the scoreboard. GG. Nicely done. Very, very nicely done, you two. Yeah, if Fists get a lead, it's quite hard to kind of bring it back. That can be very, very rough. I mean, you are panic rolling fists, which, let's be completely honest with you, I can't blame anyone necessarily for doing. Fists are, especially as a chaser. That's great spear. It was really smart swap is what it was. Well, we do have both of our contestants back in now again. Let's get the show on the road. Round 3. Kaboom. As they're going to have a little bit of sip, and both players are going to be chilling. The one-handed great spear here is kind of interesting, as we are going to see beautiful spacing there on the side of Embern, as we are going to see Darcy going into that nice bit of aggression. The pivot is going to catch Embern off guard. The shield is out, but unfortunately the fists are too. And that is the advantages there of Fists. Fists can just run in, get insane amounts of damage there, but now the hyper armor is going to add an interesting dynamic to this, as Embern is going to get caught there. Perhaps that was an attempt at a quick slash there on the side of Darcy, but unfortunately he did come out as a standing R1. You hate to see it, as we are going to see Embern now chilling in this long neutral. Both players now. The PSGS is out on the side of Darcy versus the Shamshir of Embern. Oh, and that overextension there is going to be punished by Embern. Darcy's quite low as the attempt to get that nice bit of pressure comes in there, but unfortunately Embern is just going to be on top of things as that jump attack comes through and does actually manage to hit. Jump R1 comes through here on the side of Darcy. Beautiful spacing here. It is going to be NA. Both players are NAE still, though what border separates them. And the spinning slash comes through into the crouch R1, into another crouch R1, into another. Not able to get the jump on that there. Oh my god, that is beautiful dead angles there coming out on the side of Darce. As we are going to see now Embern going for this chilling mist here to try and just lengthen that lead by that little bit of chip, as we see another one come through. Embern there going for that running attack into the roll catch, into another roll catch. That is going to be the HP evening out here. 300 HP in the difference as we are going to see that running attack there come through, but unfortunately Darce is not able to whiff punish it there as the Chilling Mist comes through now once more. Ember and Chilling here keeping that central position, not pressuring all that much, realizing that she has to be careful on the aggression. Forcing Darcy to initiate on her, which is definitely an interesting one. And then the shear comes out. Now once again, jumping R1 comes through there. It is going to be rolled on the side of Embern, but we do see this set up in the grease. We are going to see that little bit of a clip into an attempted roll catch there from the side of Darce, or a whiff punish. Unfortunately, whiff punishing Fist is going to be quite difficult, even on this latency, as we're going to see that pressure coming through the trade. Uh-oh. Darcy is very, very low. 120 HP there is the side of Darce. Are we going to see a swap over to Blue Feather? It's probably not worth it. The regen might actually be much better, but it's not going to matter, as we are going to see Embern take another stock. Jeez. That's some good. This is a good first match. Holy moly. It's a shame we had to wait 40 minutes for it. You hate to see it. And I'm just catching up with chat before I left. Private servers was the right move. It could have very well been, but I don't have it. What's up? Jesus Christ. What's the crack, Sue? How are you keeping, love? How are you getting on? Only 3 more hours. Yay. Well, we were delayed today anyway. There was some pretty bad technical issues in getting started. Alright, there we go. With the Great Sword. Swap to Murky when lose? But the opposite? Real? Alright. Ladies and gents, let's get this show on the road. Yeah, no worries. Boom! And away goes the bolt, and the physics are going to be drunk. And the both players are going to be chilling as the running attack goes through there. Not quite able to connect. Another running attack comes through there once more. Embern is going to be vibing out here, doing the old reaction roll tech. But the long-standing meme of they can't reaction roll forever is true and real, as we're going to see that nice little bit of clip. Darcy actually managing to get that hit there against Embern. Embern chilling here in neutral. Darcy there, just wave dashing here in neutral, trying to figure out a way to kind of even this one out. The Shamshir is going to be very, very difficult to whiff punish, as we do see that charge R2, and it does come through. Embern not quite able to get the roll in, maybe reading that they had an opportunity to get some damage as a running attack comes through there on the side of Darcy. It might be interesting if we do see that Embern isn't quite understanding how to approach this. This could be quite difficult, as we are going to see that standing R1. The attempt to try and get an early hit there is the side of Darcy. However, the Fists of Fury are out once more, and Darcy's just going to chill, trying to set up for that bit of pressure. Running attack comes through. Embern is taking a lot of damage into that attempted trade. However, Fists cannot be punished, as we are going to see a crouch attack come through there. Nice getting the greases out, as we are going to see that. Yeah, there you go. So that thrusting sword is out and off stock. Off stock? GS? Alright. We take those, as we're going to see that run away there. Trying to set up that. I remember off dag. GS, definitely. Both players chilling here in neutral, as we're going to see Embern just getting a little bit of a poison proc on herself there, which is probably not good, as the standing R1 comes through there. The attempt to get that little bit of extra poke comes through, but that is going to mean that Embern is going to be poise chip first and foremost, although that doesn't seem that it's going to matter. Uh-oh. Whew! That actually hit. That's crazy. That's crazy, as a running attack comes through there. Embern chilling in neutral. The crouch attack comes through into the shenanigans. The Ghost Flame is going to come through, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough, as we are going to see that running attack. The poke comes through there. Good anti-tag use there, just try to get that extra bit of recovery, as Embern is in a spot of bother. We are going to see Embern here. The R2! It is going to land! Oh my god, and the offstock comes through there, and the backswing is going to be the thing that gives Darcy the evening out of this match. Holy sheesh! Holy sheesh. 2-2. Holy moly. Darcy's going to become dude. Dude. The mix potential, dude. That was a brave-ass mash out of Hitstun. Well, if in doubt, always remember to bash your head against the controller. That's the trick. That is the tech, my friend. Alright, biggest compliment I've received, actually. Dorsey, your mix potential is truly out of the charts, dude. Alright, there we go. Bombs are out. Physics are drank. What? Now here. Now here. Darcy, why the PS sides? Running attacks are going to come through here. I do believe this is one of the... one of those very famous JL1 sticks. However, Embern probably hasn't fought this in a hot minute, so... I'm going to be honest with you. Oh my god, the JL1 comes out there. It's not quite able to do it. We are going to see these crouches here from neutral as the crouch attack comes through. It's going to be from Kilo, but that doesn't matter as we are going to see Darcy here chilling like a villain. Is going to be shouted at, which is of course very scary and definitely takes away my HP bar when I'm hit. As we are going to see that attempt to whiff punish that, but the side is just so goddamn short. But not that short as we see the L1 come out there doing the power stance side attack. Embern is just not sure what to do here as we are going to see the standing R1 come out there to try and get another little bit of a build up. We see the swap back over to side here as we are going to see Darcy moving over for that extra little bit of damage. You do see the second hit is actually going to catch. What the hell? Oh, the trade! And I believe Darcy wins that. Oh my god, and the backswing actually hit there on the second part of that. Embern deciding to try and roll through it as opposed to rolling away and still getting hit. As we are going to see these runouts here. We see Darcy there go for crouch L1, but it is not going to connect. There's about 3 different roll timings for that. All of them reactable, but let her cook as Embern is kind of having a bit of a struggle here. 760 compared to 1500 HP, and both of them do oh my god, that connected again as we see Embern get caught on Darcy's model. The bleed might be an actual consideration here for a potential tier skip, but we are going to see Darcy here go for that. The running attack comes through. Embern is going to whiff it. Darcy, knowing full well that that recovery on the fist is just not in, it's just too low. We are going to see that the crouch R1 comes through. That is going to be the tier proc now for Embern. 975 to 1500 plus tier. Holy moly, and goes for the poison mist there. Again, keep in mind that the health bars are going to be finite here. Embern electing to go for a blue feather, which is kind of huge, as we are going to see Darcy go for the crouch L1, go for another. Ooh, are we going to see another one? No, we don't. We actually see a bestial roar come through, actually getting the better of Darcy there, as we do see another L1 clipping Embern, and to the standing R1. Almost managing to get another frame trap there. And the crouch attack comes through. 259 HP. And that's going to be the side coming through here. Oh my lord. As we are going to see a move over. Are we going to see a swap onto something? No! The footwork. The footwork, dude. Holy shit. Darce. Holy shit. PS sides OP? She burned the oven, the microwave, and shambles. Alright. Jesus. It's called being goated, my friend. Alright, let me remember to start the... Oh no, I have to log in on PC. 1 second, lads. Let's actually remember to start the tournament. That would probably be a pro gamer move. Alright, beginner's bracket 13. Start the tourney. Alright, so that is going to be a great first match. God damn. 3-2 in the favor of Darcy. Alright, now it's going to be Osiris and Kangaroo. Or Crouching, we'll just call him Crouching. Alright, and then it's going to be versus Osiris. An animal from a continent that wants you dead? Or an Egyptian god? Which one? Which one? Right, so it's crouching. Cool. Kangaroo. And we've got to be versus Osiris. Okay, let me just add Osiris real quick. Kangaroo. You know what? We roll with this. Crouching. Same difference. Let me add Osiris real quick. Cool beans. Alright, what is going on here? Let me just catch up with everyone. Clean, yeah, Tony. It was a damn fine fight is what it was. It does look disrespectful. I'm baffled. Okay, cool. Cool, cats. Hello. Yeah, that first fight was a damn good way to begin it, I think. What a great start to a tourney. Okay. Now we're just waiting for Osiris to get in. Alright, yo. Whoa, Ando, what the fuck? You dashing, handsome, clown shoes wearing fellow. Ando, thank you so much. Again, I've been very much appreciative of the support we've been getting over the last few weeks. Y'all are absolutely amazing, and it's an absolute pleasure to bring these tourneys to you all. So thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it, lads. And Ando, thank you. And of course, obviously, if you don't know, Ando of course is another tourney host over on PC. Alright, we have Osiris in. Alright then. Cool beans. We have both of our... Did you know his Chinese zodiac sign is a goat? That would stand to reason, yes. But we do have Osiris and Crouching Kangaroo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. The Twin Blade versus the great... An off-rack setup by the looks of things. I'll take a look at the builds in a moment. As we are going to see these just nice wiggles. Oh no, it's LGS. LGS off-rack. As the R2s come through there. We are going to see Kangaroo here taking quite a bit of damage. Osiris is going to be chilling. Twin Blades, I'm not sure how they interact properly on Lat, as we do see the jump over into the off-rack L1. This is going to be Asia versus NA, which is going to be kind of a little bit rough, but that's all is as it is in open brackets, as we do see that off-rack actually managed to get that hit. Crouching Kangaroo is in a spot of bother as the L1s come through there yet again. Osiris taking a little bit of damage there from that exchange, as we are going to see Kangaroo here try desperately to try and figure out the spacing here, because otherwise he's going to be in for a world of hurt, as we are going to see these run R2s come through. The L1 comes off there on the off rack, and of course a swap over to a higher poise value might actually be the better move, as the spinning slash comes through into the outstanding R1. The L1 comes through there once again. We do see both players kind of chilling here in neutral as the R2s come out getting another tasty bit of chip. The off rack there just to say no way, no how, get away from me, blocks. But it's not going to matter, as we are going to see the more run R2s come through there, and the Eleonora is going to be building up that nice bit of glowy stick. Glowy stick is very important for freaking laser beams, as we do see the Raksasha come through there, and that is going to be an awful lot of damage there from these twin blades, as we are going to see greasing up now once again. No, it's not the Eleonora. I believe it's another twin blade, if I'm unmistaken, as we are going to see both players now chilling on this long neutral. Running attack comes through, and the run R2, that isn't... Yeah, I just figured that out. out. Sorry, I saw the glow and I thought it was that. And we are going to see the L1 tries to go for the backswing, not electing to go for the true combo. The true combo would have actually put him away there as the run attacks come through. Trying desperately, goes for a run attack again, and that is going to be Osiris taking the first stock. Yo. GG's. It's not your Opry, yeah, 392 Hemi. I did figure that out. And let's actually just take a quick look at the builds and figure out, is it the Black Steel? It looks like it might be the Black Steel Twin Blade. Yeah, versus the Milady off rack. And one more turn on the rack, chaps. Osiris takes that first stock. Yeah, I can see it. I will say about Osiris, movement is an awful lot more clean. There's less of this kind of dillying about in neutral and an awful lot more aggression and an awful lot more commitment one way or the other to either being more patient or being aggressive, which I actually quite like. So yeah, we're on the strength build here from Crouching Kangaroo. Oh my god, Embern, thank you so much. You're a star. Thank you. Alright, either way, I'll give my eternal gratitude to all in a moment. But either way, let's get the show on the road, as we do have Osiris versus Crouching. Kaboom! Kablooey! Kaplow! Kabam! As we are going to see both players here. We are looking at it here, the Black Steel Twin Blades here on the side of our dear friend Osiris versus the Crouching Kangaroo. No, sorry. Osiris is on the off-rack Milady. Crouching Kangaroo is on the Wind Blades. As we are going to see both of these players looking for this. We do see the running R2 come through there. It's not quite going to be enough. Another run R2 there to try and catch it. Not quite able to do it. Goes for an empty jump there. We might see Crouching Kangaroo here go for it. We do actually see it, that swap over to Bull Goats. You have to get that 121 poise value there if you have any hope of actually trying to tank the Milady. 121 is the poise break, as we are going to see yet more spinny flicks coming out here on the side of Osiris, who's going to be rolling through an awful lot of the shenanigans as another run attack comes through there, standing R1 there just to try and get a nice little running attack. We are going to see now, of course, Osiris now chilling here. Look at that nice movement here in neutral. He's not really stop starting. He's keeping a nice bit of fluidity in that movement. Crouching Kangaroo here is just going to have to swap over to the regular, the twin blades, as the runaways there come out. We are going to see that hit from Kilo, but the off rack comes through. It doesn't seem as though, does the R1 actually combo? I'm not sure. From the off rack into the Milady, I'm not actually certain here, as you see that turn away, and the spinning slash comes through on the Wind Blades, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough, as we are going to see Osiris here moving back onto that bleed grease. The poison grease there on the Twin Blade is going to be a very, very good choice. Oh, but it did hit there, as we are going to see that hit there come through. The spin slash comes through. Osiris is going to be put into a one-man blender, and I do think we might see Crouching Kangaroo, who managed to land the first half of that, and we do see that reset into neutral, allowing the ballast to come through. Oof, the off rack here could come in handy, as we do see that L1. There we go, we got that interrupt into a follow-up. It's not quite going to be enough to land. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. And we do see that clip there, and another follow-up. Keeping that pressure. Osiris is not out of the fight yet, but he has quite a hill to climb. Neither side is really necessarily on a latency setup, except maybe the off rack, but even then as the spinning slash comes through there, and maybe a little bit of a desync there, but they do get their stuff together. And the spinning slash in the corner is not a place you would want to be, as we do see the hits coming through, spinning slash coming through there. Both players quite low, about 1000 HP there, thereabouts in the difference. Oof, and the L1 comes through, evens out, unfortunately. The swap over to the halberd! Whew. That Twin Blade RR2 is hard to hit on latency, yes, but it does get those ghost hits, which are pretty important for the matchup. Ghost, the way that these things work, Hemi, is basically that the Twin Blade wants to poise chip and then get the full run R2 to have the entire bit of damage. That's basically how it works. It's a very, very cool setup. It's a poise chip setup, weirdly enough. And of course you can play it like a more... It's a little bit like... How do I put it? It plays an awful lot like a Bloodborne setup in that it's a run or one into mash potentially, but you also have to have a nice mixed game that comes out of it, and you have that poise chip into. You have that nice poise chip into a really schmeaty run or two, which is quite nice. But either way, I digress. With both of our players in 1-1 in this best of 5, and there I have it. The physics are drunk. The twin blades are greased. We're going to see that runaway there on the side of it. Oh my god, he's onto the Sword of Night. Oh, but we are going to see that interrupt there. Oh, he rolled into it! No! Oh, there we go. Into R. Oh no! To an R2 there that comes out there as well at the end of it, but it is not, unfortunately, going to land. We see Osiris kind of resetting here. Oh, the whip! The whip! The end attack from ages past. And L1 comes out. It is going to hit crouching there from Kilo as we are. Oh, there we go. The Schmeaty Run R2 comes through. Force back out there once again. Oh no. The whip comes through here once more. And that is going to be Osiris once again. Oh, he should have set up the off rack on that bit of pressure. Oh, crouching takes another. Yeah, there was I think that last exchange there was a very clear. You pressed the whip button as opposed to the rack button, which is quite messy. That was unfork. And a certified unfork bestie moment, folks. I elected to go for the wrong press. Perhaps expected the distance to... Expected something different to come out of that. No way, unfortunate. But either way, it's going to be 2-1. Let's go. And the bolt is out. And the players are ready. But we do see this... Interesting. Spinning slash on... I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what am I... What... Is that a lance? Sorry, there was a wasp in my room there. It nearly got me. I survived the... Oh no, the backstab! Uh-oh, what's for breakfast? The finger! We may be memeing too close to the sun. You hate to see it... Where's a fly swatter? Did he forget about the physic? He might have. I'm not sure. Or the physic is already gone. However, the L1s are going to come through here on the side of OC. Another jump attack comes through there. He is evening this one out. But is it going to be enough as the run attack comes through to the L1? Into a standing R1. The tier is gone. Jump R1 comes through over the top, but unfortunately it's not going to hit as we see these rollouts come out here on the side of Osiris. Into that attempted trade into the L1. 172 HP. But the bows. And that is going to be Crouching Kangaroo. Leaping into the next round. GG's. 1-3. Close matches all around. And now we jump over to Shitter of the Turd Tree versus Aces. Very nice. Let's get these players in world. Aces, nice. Get that in there. Very well fought to both. And again, Embren, thank you so much for the subs. I really appreciate it. You are a legend, love. I do appreciate it. Versus what do we call you? Turd. There we go. That'll do. I think that's PG-13. All right. Let's take a peep as we have both of our players in. Let's have just a quick look at the builds. Turd is going to be on I'm shitter? Nah, turd I think is funnier. Turd is the word. A bleed S-stock. Interesting. Versus Ace, the PSGS of Aces. I believe that's right here. Let me just check that I have... Yes, it's actually correct. Cool. Pee pee poo poo. Haha. Funny. Alright. We have both of our players in. Let's go. Onto the stock. Let's crack on. Turd in red. Aces in blue. And away we go. The bolt is out. Probably should physic there, mate. Like a good man. Fair play to you. Good man. Good stuff. Good stuff. We are going to see both players here chilling like villains. AR will be very low. The AR will be low. However, he's looking probably for lead proc. I'm not sure. Goes for that trade there, unfortunately. And it is going to be very much in the favor of Aces here in terms of life, but only by a smidge as the jump attack comes through there. Unfortunately, we are going to see the pressure here on the PSGS. The bleed has gone through. Force back in there now once more. We are going to see the turd falling quite far behind as the running attack comes through there. And we are looking at a reset into a long neutral, and we do see these little fire orbs into the Egon's Harpoon. There she blows, as we do see the swap over now on the side of Aces into the absolute war crime levels of damage that is this. Oh my lord. The free aims coming out there into another trade. Uh-oh. And the off dag comes through there to just get that. I believe that's 2 HP and a dream into that trade there. And I will ask for Turd to turn off your seamless items. So turn off the Braid of Marika. Pretty please. Me just give a... Turn off Braid, please. No. Thank you. Alright, well both players are in world. Let's get this show on the road. If he doesn't physic again, he's gonna be punished. Physic, please. What? Wait, Braid is banned, isn't it? Yeah, I ban it. He didn't physic. That's hysterical. Alright. And no pre-buffs. Oh my god. Alright, well let this one play out and then we'll let him know. Alright, either way we are going to see these jumping attacks come through here on the side of Aces, but those back steps there into that attempted hit there once more from the side of Turd. You hate to see it, empty jump comes through there once more, and we are going to see both players here go for their respective, respective damage options, I should say. Aces here is actually going for that. He tries to go for, I believe, a blue. I'm not entirely sure what that was, as we are going to see both players now resetting here. Trying to find an opportunity to get in as the bleed bolus has been used. But the ice... I was going to call it an ice rapier. The frozen needle comes through there and gets a little bit of damage. Aces is nearly 1,000 HP in the difference. Oh, the bleed proc comes through and Turd is in a spot of bother. Goes for an empty attack there. We are going to see that kick flips coming through left and right. Definitely a curiosity, as we are going to see these jumps come through. That bleed proc again, but the random poise event is also going to be a bit of a problem here. As Turd goes and takes that insane amount of damage, 900 on the board now to 1700. It was not going in his favor to begin with. We do see an empty jump trying to do that runaway, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, that's insane. As we are going to see Aces now going for another one and the catch. Cool beans. Let me just message both of these players, please. There's a king. There we go. Aces being based running PSGS and truly a person after my own heart. Truly a cool builds. There's definitely some cool builds going on here. Like I will say, people are definitely trying out some interesting stuff. I'll have to check out the builds after this next stock, and let me just give the points over to Aces because I forgot to before. 2. Control S. All right. Control 4. Boom. And the physics are drunk. And both players are going to be chilling. Back onto the PSGS now. And we are going to see that pressure into the corner. Shitter's having a bit of a spot of bother. Is going to eat that damage there. Manages to get that roll out. 2. Do see the swap over to a two-handed halberd. But unfortunately, it is not going to be getting that much damage out. However, we do see that... Oh, the true combo. Jump R2 into R1 is a true combo here. These empty jumps and stuff like that from the side of a the shitter is unfortunately not going to be able to do that. Aces, instead of pressing, did try to aggress, expecting a little bit of damage, but unfortunately Shitter is just not quite able to get that bits of damage in there. And the pressure, that bleed proc there as well, insane, as we do see that is going to whiff. The CL1 is going to whiff on the side of Aces. Aces chilling now like a villain in neutral, going for that two-handed, probably going to try and get that extra bit of damage, as the stock is going to be two-handed here, which is definitely the play. But the HDS comes out in response, as we are going to see that bleed come in absolutely clutch here, as the bleed bolus is going to be used. Shitter unfortunately not in a position to bolus himself. And that trade comes through into the bleed proc. 160, 10 HP. Aces takes the round. And that is going to be the full stock done. GG's. In a sweep. A sweep even. GG's, Aces. Now, we move on then, of course, to Axie versus Blue Nocta. We did have Axie step in last moment, which was very based of them. Blue. There we go. Blue versus Axie. Cool. Rightio. Alright, let me just get them. Cool. Alright. Me again? No. You are not up. No. Shitter. Connection error. Just give it a second. Stream is so late. I've been having problems today, so it wouldn't shock me if there's some delays and stuff. Might have to restart. Yeah. That was a failed connection. So we have Axie in. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing these problems today. I'm very bamboozled. The exact same thing happened yesterday. I thought it had something to do with the amount of people that were trying to join World, but it seems that that's not the case. So I couldn't tell you. Very, very bamboozled and confused. You hate to see it. What's up, Centipede? I'm not in World. Who is that? It's Axie. Okay. Alright, we're just waiting for someone to get in. Just do a quick restart, Blue. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully it's not a it's not the same problem we were having before, because everything's been running so smoothly. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. All is good. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see, as we have a moment, actually, what's actually causing the issues. Do you know, or is it just like a weirdness from Steam? He's doing a piece. Yeah, that's more than fair. I'm very curious as to what's actually causing these issues. It's a Steam problem? It seems to be, yeah. No, don't worry, Shitter, you're okay. Again, you can keep entering these. So, you're more than welcome back in. Oh, we have a super secret award today, by the way, for the first place prize. A super secret one. So secret, super secret, no one would ever guess it. Exclusively for first place. It's gonna be magical. Is it a H? No, it's an artist badge. Oh god. Who stayed up last night to watch that? That was an exceptional experience. That's a reference. Sorry, game? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, again, no worries, Boo. There's nothing any of us can do. It's kind of annoying. The really dumb drama stream last night. Jesus. Dreamer. Reala. I was just as confused after 4 hours. Yeah, that checks out. That does in fact check out. I don't know. I think the comp community needs to make a pact that our drama be at least interesting. Well, I mean, none of it should have been made public to begin with, so genius. All right. Well, we're just waiting for Baloo to get in. Yeah, hopefully some of these issues will be resolved by tomorrow, folks. Again, it's really, really annoying. Like, the Fight Club yesterday, there was a bunch of people that just could not get in, which was incredibly annoying. Let me just see. Ain't working? What? Bruh. What's up? Even though I restarted PC? Bro. Did you even appear in my... Let me just see if you actually appeared on my Steam. Yeah, you appeared on my Steam. Bruh. Try again, Blue? Yeah, the weekly FC is on a Wednesday. We might move on to the next round and see if it fixes itself for later, because I can get Axion World. Can you stop the thing spinning? It's making me dizzy. No. No. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Dars. Yeah, move on. We'll come back later on. So we'll move on to the next. We're gonna move on to the next stock. We'll come back to that later. It's gonna be Embern versus Osiris. So let me just get all of the shenanigans set up. First, the best of threes. And it's going to be the losers bracket, losers one. So if you just hop out of World Axie, that would be fantastic. Shouldn't be a problem from my side. I mean, it's not a problem. I don't think it's a problem from either our side. Yeah, well, it's just weird is the thing. So yeah, we're gonna move on to Embern versus Osiris. I don't think there's anything either of us can do. I might reset after this match. Embern versus Osiris. Oh no. Unable? Bruh. Okay. Give me a moment then. World is open. Try again, folks. Use. Alright, try again. Alright, that's Osiris in. Oh my god, we have the power. That's so cool. Oakley dokley. Yeah, this is very weird. It seems to be Steam. Why is I'm just so bamboozled. Like legitimately bamboozled. Because what's up, Ogres? Here, what we'll actually do is we'll actually pin the challenge. Yes. GG, man. Yo, yo. Let me know when you've tried again, Emmy. This is wild. Okay. Yes. All right, that worked. Alright, cool. We have both of our players into your respective corners, folks. Let's just take a quick peek at the builds. 50 strength, 46 end versus the 40 end, 52 dex. So both sides are about even, all in all. So all is good. We are going to move on now to the first round of a loser's bracket. And boom. The bolt is out. The back steps are where? Sham Fist, real. It's not going to be Sham Turtle. Forcing the rolls out there. Embern does take a little bit of that damage into the R1, L1, R1. Goes for another running attack there. It's the side of Osiris. Goes for a trade, and it actually that off-axe comes through there. Almost managing to get the roll catch there is the side of Osiris here, who resets into that neutral. Goes for another running attack. L1, L1. Embern in a spot of bother as we are going to see these spinning slashes come out there, and the jump R2 comes through here from Osiris, but is going to be swatted aside by some nice counter pressure that comes out here on the side of Embern, who's crouching away menacingly. And we see that jump attacks coming over the top there of those runnings, but the runnings are going to actually connect there. Embern is very, very low. Osiris has a considerable life advantage as the fists come out here on the side of Embern as a running attack comes through. Goes for another running, or a run R2 actually, of all things. Comes out from Embern, who is going to be hit, and the spectral blades come out here, but unfortunately they are going to be spaced and rolled by Embern, who is going to be rolling out there once more. The L1s come through into a trade. Osiris actually took a lot of damage there, but he still has his tier. Compared to the 78 HP here from the side of Embern, who is going to go for the extra little bit of chip into the standing R1. Tries to go for the trade, but unfortunately not quite able, as Embern is going to lock in here now and keep going for that little bit of pressure. And the trade finally comes through on the side of Osiris, giving him the first stock of the round. Very, very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. And that is going to be Osiris taking the first stock. Nicely done, nicely done. Very nice. Very nice. We may see some changes here come out on the side of Embern. I would be imagining, as we do see her scamper on towards the arena, as we have a wonderful little peek at the clippings. Alright. Embern is in the arena. Let's go. Okie dokie. Both players are in. Let's crack on. As we are going to have the ball come out, the physics are going to be drunk. The greases greased. We're going to see that running attack come through there. Are going to get that interrupt on the attempted R1 from Osiris there, who goes for another running attack here. He's going to be leveraging those runnings and the fact that they can cover so much ground, and obviously going for that run R1, run R2 mix. And the Spectral Blades come through there, actually managing to get that really nice hit, as Embern is going to be having a lot of trouble there. Goes for another running attack there. The standing R1 probably queued another running, but either out of stam or an input drop there on the side of Osiris, who is going to be kind of cornering himself, but Embern is so far away that there's no risk of corner pressure coming out of there. As we are going to see now this empty jump there, running attack comes through there, the L1 comes through for the off-axe, actually getting that nice interrupt. As we are going to see now Embern just chilling like a villain here. She's not really aggressing. Obviously she can afford to make an awful lot more presses here with that Shamshir, given how little recovery it does have. But unfortunately on these trades, as it does seem, Osiris does have quite the advantage, as we are going to see both sides now trading back and forth here. Osiris doing a decent job getting that L1, puts himself in the corner. The Chilling Mist comes through, not Chilling Mist, sorry, the Frost Stomp does come through there, getting a little bit of that status build up, which is going to be pretty handy, although, and it comes out again, actually managing to clip our dear friend Embern, who is going to be stuck now in neutral. Osiris chilling like a villain, going for that running attack. Yet again another running attack. Kind of super curious to see how this one is going to pan out, as we do see the Crouch R1 come through there. We are going to see Embern kind of skitter away back under the fridge there, but unfortunately the standing R1 comes through, another running attack comes through, and yet another, and there we go, it's going to come out, but I'm not going to even attempt it to be straight there. Osiris there missed out on an advantageous interaction there. He could have swung with the off fist, and that would have been to his favor, as we see the swap over now into the Greatsword, and the... Did he really just go for an impaling thrust? Ain't no way. And the Frost Stomp then comes out now once again. Goes for a running attack there. It is going to miss. The off-axe here is still very, very dangerous, as we are going to see that reset. Embern is getting some really nice damage in. This slow game is not suiting Osiris, especially not on the GS. Oh my god, the trade comes through. Tries to go for the follow-up R1. Good roll out there from the side of Osiris. Embern is dangerously low, and the impaling thrust comes through there. Into the follow-up R1. Into another follow-up R1. Both sides are resetting. 84 HP to 109 as the Bestial Roar comes out there. He goes for that trade, and that is going to be Osiris moving on into the next round of the losers bracket. G. Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done on the side of Osiris. Beautiful showing. Beautiful, beautiful showing. Alright, let's update the bracket. Well played, Embern. Always a pleasure to have you in. And Osiris gets the wins. Very nice. Cool beans. Alright, so it's going to be Osiris fighting the winner of match 8, by the looks of things. Okay. Blue, just very quickly, before I get Axie in, do you mind trying to join World just to see if we fix the issue? Because we can jump right back into that round. Just see if you can join very quickly. And we'll kind of crack on from there. We just add him blue. No, you stay out for a second because I'm not even sure if join for a sec. Because if we can get blue in, then we can crack on with the rest of the round. I'm just kind of curious as to whether or not it's going to work. Okay. This is a big bucks. A mop for all this, but what kind of budget? It's art? Yeah, it's a little bit, it's very artistic. What Elden do you think cleans it up? Probably the... No, the nobles wouldn't. Would it be the soldiers? I'm not actually sure. Actually uncertain about that. I'm just waiting to hear if blue is going to try and get back in again. Well, hey, got him. All right. Hey, it works. You're in. All right, Axie, get in here then. Cool beans. All right. Cool beans. Join up. Rightio. Cool. Again, my apologies for the delays on these rounds, lads. It's kind of annoying me, but Axie. Cool. And then blue. Okay. And that is going to be blue on the... Who's going to be red, hilariously. And then it's going to be Axie. Alright, cool. Alright, we actually got there. The loser of this will have to move on to the... We'll probably have to play again right after if they don't mind. Just with how the brackets have actually panned out. And there we go. Is this Battle Dolly fashion? Based? It might be. Dex 60. Voices the 57 decks of blue. Shamshir versus Milady. Interesting. Alright, alright, alright. We take those, we take those. Alright, let's crack on with the first round of this best of 5. Let's fucking go. As the bolt is out, the physics are drank, and no, the Battle Dolly is no more. Battle Dolly is no more, as we are going to see these Egon's harpoons try and come out there. Goes for a jumping attack there. We are going to see blue actually taking an awful lot of damage. Uh-oh. Sword Dance is banned. Cool. So that's going to be the first point to blue. Cool beans. Alright. Wrong save. Yeah, no worries. If you want to make some changes or whatever, go for it. Go make some changes to the build if you need, Axie. It's going to be the first round to blue. Who'll be up sorting their dance. Oops, no worries, take your time. It is technically, you are technically allowed to change builds and stuff like that. I don't think I have a rule about having to maintain the one build, because I'm a genius. Let me have a look here. Yep, you are allowed to do it. So, go for it. Oops. Oopsies. Oopsie daisies. That is the downside to having multiple rule sets in rotation. I believe this is my rule set. There's the ERPVP rule set, and then there is the YY rule set, and all of them are different in their own ways. Alright, cool beans. Let's crack on then with round 2. Oakley dokley. And let's get it on. Puggies. As the bolt is now out in round 2 of our best of 5. We are going to see that Frostpot right off the bat there getting some decent damage. And the Egon's Harpoon there is actually going to get that hit. We are going to see these running attacks come through there, but the Shamshir's low recovery is going to come in clutch here. As we do see now, both sides relatively even. Axie quite far behind here, but the backswing there on the side of Blue's Sheer doing a nice tasty amount of damage, but it is going to be a substantial difference here. Holy moly. 1300 to 2100. Nearly 700 HP in the difference, but that spacing there on the Milady is going to be very, very big as that trade does come through, and evens this out a little bit more as we do see the lightning strike come through there on the side of the mash here from the side of Blue, who's managing to get some really, really nice damage. And those R2s there from the side of Axie just going to town. Blue here is going to keep up that aggression. We do see a jump come out there. And there we go. We do see the rolling attack that comes through. And that is going to be Blue that takes another round. Fair and square this time. Oh no, this is winners 1. Sorry. We had to jump into losers very quickly while we waited for the problems to come through there. It is wave 1. If this was losers, it would be a best of 3. Why is Blue red? Because I have a terrible sense of humor. And love confusing myself. GG's though. Alright. You're going to see Axie in the corner. Let's get this show on the road. Oh. Tarnish, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you, brother. Alright. Let's get the show on the road. Axie, not. Blue 2. One more round here for Blue, as we are going to see the pressure come in there, but unfortunately the physic was just too late as Axie is now being put very much to the back foot as the off-rack Fox comes through here as the intercontinental ballistic missile that is that Ash of War comes through, and the lightning slash comes through, but unfortunately not going to land. Blue is actually quite far behind with basically a 600 health lead in the favor of Axie, as we are going to see. The rack comes through there, and Blue is going to be in a spot of bother, as we do see a little bit of a funky desync here. Running attack comes through. Good roll, but unfortunately the attempt to strafe was the mistake. This is going to be SA Voices. Germany. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem in the favor of Zorak Sasha. Yeah. Me when the armor is hyper. Would you press into hyper armor, Bevan? I would. I personally would. How much hyper armor? What's the biggest hyper armor you would press into, actually? That's the real question here, because we know you would. I know that for a fact. Alright, well, we have both of our contestants back in now. Beautiful showing, as we do have Blue in the hoose. Voices. Axie. Let's crack on. What could be match point, or evening this out yet further. As we are going to see the same the folks. Raksasha here on the side of Axie. Blue, of course, remaining on the Shamshir here. The attempted dead angle there was definitely Bazid, but unfortunately The tracking on that thing is absolutely insane as the Raksasha there is going to come out to try and get that bit of pressure. We do see that running attack there. The late hyper armor is going to come through in the favor of Axie. And the attempt to try and catch there with the Ansbach is just not quite going to be enough, as Blue is quite far behind. Not sure really how to aggress into Axie now, right now is Blue, but the running attacks are going to come through there, getting a nice tasty amount of damage there. Oh, the attempt to strafe was a mistake, as we do see the panic rolls coming out here on the side of Blue. Oh man, the trade as the hyper armor comes through into the weed cutter, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough, as we do see the red bolt come out there. We do see that set up going for the chilling mist here on the Olfac, which is very based, and a running attack comes through there. Tries to go for another running attack, but unfortunately you really want to be playing not off of the halberd but off of the axe. Most of your interactions that you win are going to be on that axe into the hyper armor. And then you can use setups then to catch rolls and stuff like that. But Axie is now on the scoreboard once again. It is going to be Axie 2, Blue 2. Blue Nocta. 250 milliseconds? Well, it just means that the halberd is in a spot of bother even harder than before. Alright, either way, we have both of our contestants in. There we go. As we are going to get the drink. We do see the harpoon. There she blows. Goes for a running attack there. Is actually able to get that. We do see the back on the Milady. Here is the side of Axie. Blue Nocta. They're going for that. Is going to be managed to be hit there by... Oh, the off-axe goes to town though. Animation Kun coming in clutch here, as we are going to see the spinning... the double slash come out there on the side of Axie, who has elected to go for the, oh my god, cut in the corner against the Olfax there, which is huge, as we see the swap back over onto the Raksasha here from the side of Axie, as we can see that hyper armor coming in clutch. The jump R2 comes through, tries to go for another halberd press. That is not what you need to do against that hyper armor, as we are going to see Axie on 88 HP, Blue Nocta doing an absolutely good roll out there, as we do see the trade. And that is going to be Blue Nocta moving on the winner's bracket. Axie down into losers. G to the G's. So Axie, you're going to stay in world. If you want to change builds or anything, go for it. It's up to you. And we're going to move on into the last of the the losers bracket. There's just one, of course. Nocta. I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. I did about a month's worth of German classes. Alright, losers back into losers 1. We are, of course, on a best of 3. Nito, Dorito. Cool beans, cool beans. So it is going to be Shitter of the Turd Tree. Yes, who's going to be on the... Cool. So you're back in again, Axie. If you need to take a moment, by all means, but we will be cracking on as soon as. That's Axie 0. S. And then 0. And I think Turd is a good name. Cool. Alright, best of 3. It was a good round, both of you. But either way, let's crack on now with this, taking a quick look at the builds. The builds are probably going to remain the same. There's going to be Shitter of the Turd Tree on a Dex build versus the Dex build of Axie. A little bit extra end in favor of the slightly more damage for... Yeah, it should be pretty interesting to see how this one pans out. And exactly an awful lot of the inner workings of this is down to Axie's hard work and determination. So special thank you to them. As we are going to move on now. Let's get the show on the road. Axie in blue. Turd in red. Kaboom. As the Frostpot comes out there from Kilo. Both sides are going to go for their respective physics. This is going to be the nobles here by the looks of things on the side of Shitter. Or an off note. Actually, not sure what that is. Ooh, it is gonna be. It's actually gonna be the War Talon and an off nobles. Oh, the blink bolt comes through there, but unfortunately, Turd is going to be eating an awful lot of damage there. As we see these handy techs to try and get out of dodge as the empty jump comes through. No, it is actually going to be a jumping attack, and there we go. Oh my god, that's actually a good tech into that. Blink bolt through it, and then into an immediate L1 then as the punish. That was actually really nice in the side of Turd. Axie here is going to be in a spot of bother as the Egon's Harpoon. There she blows, and we are seeing some crazy damage coming out here. Oh, but the spam into the Weed Cutter is probably not the play as the Hyper Armor goes burr. Oh, and the explosions come through as we do see the out of a roll going for that grease, which could have been a problem as we are going to see the run R1 come through there on the side of Axie. Another one, the shitter goes for an R1. R1s as opposed to going for the L1s is definitely a decision. I think that... There she blows as Axie is doing a great job taking that first stock. Close match. GG's to both. And now it's going to be Axie on match point. Egon. Alright. Well, we have both players in. Axie aimbot harpoon. Alright, and the 3, 2, 1. Let's crack on. Boom. And there we go. Axie is going for... Wait, the swap over. It is actually going to be... Shitter, who is actually going for the off-rack here into the... Yeah, there we go. The R1, L1 trying to get that combo on. However, Axie is going to get that interrupt as the Ants box comes through there. But unfortunately, off-rack here. Going for the full... Interesting. Curious. Interdasting. As we are going to see the jumping attacks come through there. Not quite able to do it. Nito Dorito. Oof, going for that explosions there that comes out. As another explosion comes out there once more. We do see the jumping R2 come through there, actually managing to get a bit of damage, but unfortunately we are going to see Axie roll out as another run attack comes through. Force back in now once again. The parry attempt there from the side of Axie does come out, however he is going to eat an awful lot of damage for his trouble. Force back now once again. We do see Axie now skittering back under the fridge there, trying to get another harpoon off just to get an extra little bit of damage as the empty jump comes through. Oh me, oh my. What are we going to see? The jump attack over the top. There it goes, as we are going to see the double strike here. And that's going to be Axie. Moving on through loser's bracket. Very well played to both. Both matches were very close, folks. There we go. Best of 3 completed. Nicely done. They said I have Weed Cutter too. Well played. Now, well played to both of you. Shitter, I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for coming, Duder. Absolute pleasure. Again, losers bracket is best of 3s, just so we can move along with the tournament. We are already quite far behind, unfortunately, due to some technical issues that we have been having in the tournament. But, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully I don't look too much like garbage. Thank you all so far. That's the end of round 1. We are going to move on to round 2 now after just a very quick break. So, to both of you, to everyone, in fact, thank you so much for coming and for your patience at the beginning segment of the stream. It was rather unfortunate, but yes, it is going to be after this Darcy's Scout versus the Crouching Kangaroo with the C and the K switched around because we're quirky like that. Hells yeah, good to see. But yeah, we're going to go for a very quick break. I'll chat you all on the flip side. And chat you then. Bye. Alright, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. As I have all of my shenanigans sorted. Hopefully, it's all working correctly, as we are just waiting for Darcy to get in world. Hope you've all been enjoying the show so far. And again, thank you both for your support and for your patience, as Ogres is going to have given us a follow. Thank you so much, Ogres. I appreciate it, bestie. How are we all doing, folks? Have you been enjoying the fights so far? Because I most certainly have. That last one was actually quite a nice fight, all things considered. Quite impressive as Chief Fleef. Thank you so much for the folly. I appreciate you. A dashing, handsome clown shoes wearing fellow, I'm sure. As we do have Ders in the world. Very nice, yeah. Alright. Let's just take a quick little peek at the builds. There's going to be crouching on the 51 strength, 40 end versus the 39 end. And 54 strength of Dars, who's going to be on the Gugs. Should be interesting. Oh, never mind. Crouching Kangaroo has left. What? Huh? What's happened? Nope. Humpsalicious man, welcome in. What a phenomenal name. As we're just going to wait for Crouching Kangaroo to get back in. Unfork, unfork, unfork. That was weird. Probably my Gugs again. Yo, Asius. Alright, let's actually take a look at the bracket here real quick and remind myself of who's on after this. Asius versus Baloo. Then it's going to be the losers bracket, both Osiris and Axie. Chillin' in losers bracket, waiting to move on. Alright then, but either way, we have Crouching Kangaroo in the hoose once more. Let's go. As I get the camera working, it is in fact working. Twin Blades versus Gugs. Twin Blades, of course, do struggle into Gugs, but I'm sure the latency is going to be quite unfork between both of these players, but that will remain to be seen as the bolt is about to be out, and so it is. As we are going to have a little bit of a drinkies, a little bit of greasing up, as we are going to see now Darcy chilling, doing these little circles here in neutral, waiting for that, and waiting for Kangaroo to go for the initiation here. She's going to be chilling, looking for those opportunities to force those trades. And trades she is indeed going to force and win them by about 300 HP as the jumping R1 comes through there. Waves of darkness comes through. The 3, 1, 2, 3. As we do see that attempt to try and get that roll catch. Darcy doing a decent job going for that. Actually, good roll there comes out from the side of Crouching as a running attack is going to come through. Good roll out there from the side of Darcy. The hyper armor here is going to be quite difficult for Kangaroo. However, Darcy has to be careful of that little bit of phantom that's going to be on there, and that's the standing R1 into the spinning slash there, trying to force these rolls. Good roll out there on the side of Crouching Kangaroo. Darcy here going for that run up there into a standing R1 that just says no sir. Into the Danes. Footwork. Oh no, is a Monty Cook actually decent? This is the worst possible timeline, as we are going to see the rollout come out there from the side of Kangaroo once again. Darcy's going to struggle to get those greasy little mittens in, but once she does, she's going to be in for a world of hurt as the standing R1 comes through there. Oh, we are going to see that spinning slash come through though, and that is going to be Crouching Kangaroo kind of evening this one out by a fairly substantial margin as we see the crouch attack come through, not quite able to make it, as we are going to see the run R2 be traded into with the run R1, the battle of the runnings, and that is going to be Darcy taking the first stock. Good on ya. Good showing from Crouching here. Tier skip, yes. Oh no. Was that actually a tier skip? Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way. Hyper Armor into Latcher combo. Yeah, that's going to be how it is. It's actually a very good pick, weirdly enough. And Gugs might actually be kind of strong, although I'd say something like Stone Club might actually be better for it to serve the exact same purpose. But whatever, as we peek above the parapet once more, And we crack on with this next round. Darcy 1, Crouching Kangaroo not, as the physics are drank and the grease is greased. Darcy here chilling in neutrals. We have just a minor little skip, going for a little bit of a crouch down to get a bit of a better lay of the land. We do see the roll out there on the side of Crouching Kangaroo. The spinning slash comes through there. With that poison is going to be very, very strong, as we are going to see both players now chilling here in neutral. Goes for a running attack. It is going to hit with that insane phantom. Good roll out there from the side of the Kangaroo. Hop, skip and a jump away from taking this round, but the trade comes through, and unfortunately we are going to get that late hyper armor. The delay on the side of Darcy is still going to be pushed back, as we are going to see now these attempts to initiate, and that hit from Kilo there is going to come through, as the spinning slash is going to connect, but so is that running attack there, as we are going to see Darcy try and get these early hits through. And the standing R1, Crouching Kangaroo probably overcommitted to a mash there, as we do see that another rollout once more, and the Gugs is chilling. Gugs in a tourney, ladies and gentlemen. This is almost like 2022 all over again, but dear God, flashbacks, Nam style flashbacks, as we are going to see Crouching Kangaroo there do that rollout, not quite able to make it. Both chilling now in neutral, looking for that. They run, oh my God, the end of that hitbox actually managed to clip Darcy, but so does the end of that one hit the leaping Kangaroo. We might have to see a opportunity here for Darcy to actually get the talisman swap back over, because otherwise she might be in danger of a tier skip here, but I'm not sure if the danger is quite that great. Poison might not actually be the play here from the side of Crouching Kangaroo, but that is going to be the tier gone. Darcy tries to commit to a press, but unfortunately Kangaroo is going to interrupt it. Oh, and the Halberd comes out there, and that is going to be huge, but might see a swap out there, as he may be considered going into menus, and that's going to even this one out into a 1-1. 1-1. Cool beans. What's up, Sarah? How goes it? Whew. What a turnaround, GG's. Yeah. That was a good round, in all fairness. It's not often you get to see Gugs. And for Gugs to be a not terrible pick into something. I will say, though, that it's going to be very, very hard for Darcy to hit someone, especially now as they're both kind of figuring out the latency here. That's going to be... Wait, I wasn't dodcasting with you today. Sue said she might, if the tourney's still going, she might hop on for the last bit. Although you were right, I do owe you money. Yeah, Sue said she'd probably be on later. Just like everyone else, real and true. Alright, we have both players in. 1-1. Boom. And the physics are going to be drank. And both players are going to be chilling like villains, as the poison grease is now on the twin blade. Running R1 there comes through, and the great sword is out here. These running attacks one after the other. Darcy thinks she's Marco, but there you go. The hyper armor trade there is going to come in clutch, as Kangaroo is going to be taking an awful lot of damage. This makes an awful lot more sense in this matchup, especially given that you have a slightly faster hyper armor there that's actually maybe might be just about able to actually get the catches. We do see the swap over there onto the Gugs, and the running attack comes through there. It's not quite going to be able to land. You hate to see it, as another running attack comes through there. Darcy trying desperately to get those dead angles, to get advantageous angles on the attacks as the trade comes through. Tries to go for another standing R1. We are going to see a rollout here from the side of Darcy, but that backstab grab is going to be tragic, as we do see the spinning slash is going to be punished here. Kangaroo is in a spot of bother, as we do see another attempt. It could have gone for another rolling attack there, is the side of Darcy, but elected against it as another running attack comes through. Oh, and the crouch R1 comes through there, actually managing to get that hit, as we're going to see Darcy try desperately to pressure, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. But the trade comes through, and again, good rollouts there coming out from the side of Crouching Kangaroo, who has quite a substantial hill to climb, as we do see the Gugs mirror. Oh my God, it's 2022 all over again. And now I'm going to have to remember how these things work, as we are going to see the crouch attack come through there. Goes for a rollout there, good side on Darcy, tries to go for another. Obviously, Crouching Kangaroo here is going to be up against the wall. I'm not sure if the mirror is the play, but the use of the Holy Grease there to try and get that up there, as Darcy is going to be trying to get these running attacks to hit. Good use of the dead angles, but I don't think it changes whether or not the move is good or bad. That's my own personal take, as you do see a standing R1 there. Neither side able to hit each other as the rollout there comes through from the side of Crouching Kangaroo, and Darcy's going to be chilling in the neutral here, hopefully trying to wait for a mistake as a standing R1 comes through there, but it is going to be interrupted, forced back out now once again. Both sides, and the off-axe is out here on the side of Crouching. And we do see the changes over here, but it's not going to matter as Darcy is going to take that round. Two. Well, this is the joy of beginners tourneys. Why not use Ross Grease? Because rot is banned. Poison would be a good idea, though. Not readers spotted, real. Yeah, I mean, there's the downside to having rot banned in cross-region tourneys, but at the same time, I'm not really interested in... I think the poison is fine. I think the poison is more than good enough, and it teaches the skill set for like bolus and punishes and stuff like that. Rot's just a bit too punishing, personally. But either way, both players are in. Let's get this show on the road. Cool. Let's get this match on the road. Darcy on match point, Crouching Kangaroo, as we do see the Twin Blade versus the Gugs once more. Good running attack there to initiate, but unfortunately we don't see any presses from Crouching Kangaroo. Darcy needs to play off of these trades, more so than not as another running attack comes through. And Crouching Kangaroo needs to look for those gaps in the hyper armor, but unfortunately an awful lot of what he does can be reaction punished there by the Crouch R1, which is definitely something, as we are going to see both players here going for that. We are going to see Crouching Kangaroo take an awful lot of damage here in neutrals and with a standing R1. Crouching Kangaroo just doesn't know how to initiate a fight on this, and I can't say I blame him. Darcy possibly going for Crouch R1, but unfortunately the standing R1 just... we eated the inputs, but there we go. The spinning slash is able to get that interrupt in the running attack there, which is one of the few opportunities Crouching is going to have to actually be able to get some decent damage in. Running R1 comes through, and are we going to see a rolling attack? No, we don't. We see yet another run out there once more, as we are going to see both players chilling now in neutral, going for that. Running attack comes through, is going to hit from Kilo. That is going to be the tier gone for Crouching Kangaroo, who is on 600 HP and yet a dream. Oh, and another running attack there comes through as another spinning slash as well. Trying to catch Darius stuck in the corner, but we are going to see that interrupt come through there. 900 HP. Oh, and the spinning slash is going to be interrupting just a little bit. Both players now have evened it out by a considerable margin, as we are going to see now. Darcy chilling here, looking for that. Going to bait out some kind of aggression here from Crouching. Run attack comes through, but unfortunately Crouching is nowhere to be found as a run attack comes through. 18 HP. What is Darcy going to do for this last hit? No, the swap over to Raksasha here is good, but the Dane's footwork, a little bit of a kick flip, if you will, as both... Uh-oh. Oh, almost managing to catch that last one, as we do see a run attack come through there. 18 HP and a dream, but full rack. And there we go. The jumping into the match point. Very, very nicely done. Sorry, I woke up late, folks, alright? And went to bed late and made terrible decisions. And that's Darcy taking it. Nicely done. Nicely done. G to the G's. My G's. Cool beans. 3-1 on the side of Darce. Pretty cool. Cool. Now it's going to be Aces versus Blue. Neato. Yeah, good fight, lads. As Luber would say, that match was goated. Very pro. Alright, let me change all of my shenanigans here. Aces. A-C-E. C-E-U. S. Cool. Voices is the blue. Neat. Cool. Who is hosting this? I am, and they're hosted every week, MNK. Cool beans. Alright, blue. Aces. Alright, all is updated. Nito Dorito. Let's get this show on the road. Round 1. It is going to be blue and red once more, because I'm terrible. And aces in blue. Alright, let's crack on. Boom. Headshot. Alright, the physics are going to be drank. It is going to be the PSGS Voices, the Hall Axe of the side of blue, who's going to be rocking. Nocta doing a decent job there. Is going to be hit with the crouch R1 there, and the pressure from the side of aces here is absolutely unreal right off the bat. Blue here being caught there, not quite in a really good spot. Beautiful strafe comes out there, but the off axe is going to be in a position to actually get that. Good call out there from the side of Nocta. That roll is punishable by the standing R1 if he was to try and go for a rolling L1, but unfortunately blue is just being vortexed here, as we are going to see the he's stuck in the corner against the PSGS. Crouch attack comes through into that L1. Blue is doing a really good job. Oh my, what? Sorry, excuse me? Excuse me? Bro, he's a wife and kids. What the fuck? Jesus, when they do be doing the strafing of the supposedly unstrifable attack. That's kind of crazy, that is. Beginners. I know, Juno. Cheeto Poof Hand. Interesting name. Alright, let me just update the score here in favor of aces. Nicely done. Nicely done. Blue, don't forget to rune arc. Yeah, rune arc like a good man. Nocta. Pogger. Cool beans. Alright, let's crack on with the next round, and then we'll take a look at the builds after this one. Neat. And there we have it. The bolt is out. The physics are drank and the players are chilling like villains here once more in the arena, as we do see the Shamshir into. Oh, no, the HTS is out. Preferring this matchup an awful lot more. But there we go. Rollouts there come out. Ace is doing a decent job of going for that jump attack. Another one, the follow-up comes through there for a tasty 100 damage on that. We do see the lightning strike there, perhaps to try and call out a jump. But unfortunately, we're not going to see it, as the Shamshir does what Shamshirs do and tries to go for that handy tech, the soft swap tech there into the dagger, and that's going to be huge. Aces is quite low, but both players do still have their tiers. As we see a rollout card come out on the side of aces, the jumping attacks here do insane amounts of damage. We are going to see the jumps come through one after the other, as another little bit of damage comes through there. Nocta going for another running attack. It's not quite able to land it, as we are going to see both players force back in now. Aces is taking an awful lot of damage here. Blue going for these empty jumps here one after the other, but following up there with their running attack of his own. We are going to see aces here go onto that blue feather, which is going to keep him alive for at least one extra exchange as we try and go for that follow-up there. Blue is very low. We might be looking for an attempt to get that bleed proc in, which if the bleed proc does go through, that is going to be huge. That could actually tier skip here if... that's going to be kind of nutso if that bleed proc goes off and gets the tier skip. But unfortunately, Aces is just taking too long, as Aces takes another little bit of damage. 100 HP, tries to go for a waggle, but unfortunately, that is going to be blue Nocta taking that stock. One. Pogger. Neat. Neato Dorito. As we have a 1-1 in our best of 5. We're now into round 3. Very, very nicely done, folks. Good round. Good round. I would even go so far as to say V nice. VV nice. Cool. Alright, we have our players in. once again. And I did say we'd just take a very quick look at the builds, actually, before this next round. And there you go. It does seem as though we have the 18 dex, 24 strength at the side of Asus with an arcane build. And then blue is going to be rocking that 57 dex. Dex as opposed to strength on sheer is kind of an interesting one. But, oh. And a misery chord. Uh-oh. 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 Scam accusations. If it actually manages to go through, would be kind of crazy as the bolt is out. We're going to call the misery chord there foreshadowing, folks. I think that's what we call it, as we are going to see that running attack there come through there. Shamshir, of course, is a very, very strong setup, even if it is on the lightning. Empty jump comes through there, actually managing to get that, and the dagger comes through there to get an extra little bit of damage. Force back in now. We're going to see these empty jumps here, and another jump there. Unfortunately, Aces might be caught in menus here. That is going to be the tier gone already. The HTS here goes for an empty jump, but it's not quite able to make it, and the follow-up comes through there to hit blue for a nice little bit of damage. Unfortunately, I will say not going for strength and trying to go for status might actually be a mistake on this build, because that particular weapon does so much damage, and the actual damage numbers that it does make it decent despite itself. HTS mains have always been very spooky to me. It's a setup that I struggle to fight against, probably because it has so many airs, and an awful lot of the setups that I end up playing don't really have very many anti-airs. We do see the jumping attack come through there, but unfortunately Blue's just able to get Aces stuck in the corner. And just go to absolute town. And it's an unfork bestie moment. You hate to see it. Alrighty then. Let us crack on now with this. This is of course the last match of round 2. And then we have the losers round 2, which we will crack on with. But the loser of this will go on to fight Osiris. And then following that, then we will have the crouching kangaroo with the C. Voices. Voices. Axie. Alright, both players are in. We're seeing the swap back over to PSGS, which is probably the play. PSGS did very, very well into blue, calling out some of the, let's say, poor reaction rolls and stuff as we see. Aces rearing to go, heading straight out towards the middle of the arena and then immediately ceding that ground that he had taken very early on as we see an empty jump come through there. Nothing very much excitement happening just yet. You're going to see a crouch attack come through there, just kind of feel it out. However, the hyper armor here and the almost managing to land that into the trade there, which is of course going to be very much in the favor of Aces. But he does not actually take the pressure into a jump attack there that keeps up that pressure. Another PSGS goes for another trade. Blue is going to be very, very... That robustness tally is going to come in clutch here as we do see another crouch attack. And there's the bleed proc, and that's going to be Blue put in a world of hurt here, which is kind of nice. Very nice as another trade comes through there. Unfortunately, the sheer defiance there of Blue as he's just able to just press into them goes for both back. We do see a crouch attack there, and there we go. The amount of damage that he's able to get off in those quick pokes that's coming in through there. You do see an empty jump there come back through. A crouch attack comes through, and then yet another bleed on the horizon once more as we do see that swap over to the hyper armor of the two-handed lance. And the crouch attack comes through there as another crouch attack wave dashing there. We do see that reset now, just waiting for... Oh, and there you go. That's going to be Blue. No longer in the lead. But now an even Steven match, as both players are now on match point. And for this tourney, there is no poise limit. I don't think it's relevant anymore. That is my take. I really don't care about poise limits. I think that the game with poise as it stands right now is just fine. There's some things that get hit more disproportionately than others, but an awful lot of them aren't very relevant in the meta anyway, as we do have both of our players in. Let's crack on. Oh, you were asking for Ondos. My apologies. But either way. Alright, the physics are drank. Force back in now once again. We are going to see both players here chilling in neutral. Oh, no arc. Oh, dear. I'm sorry, I did not notice. As an empty jump comes through there, we are going to see blue here doing a decent job of pushing aces from one side of the arena to the other. And the stone club is in that back pocket as well. Well, at least it wasn't very relevant. Misha. Oh dear, as we are going to see now blue put into a world of hurt potentially, but that we do see that PSGS there coming in through once more. We are going to see that nice bit of damage forced back now once again. Looking at this here, we do see blue still has a fairly substantial health lead, but that could change very quickly as a bleed proc here would be absolutely massive. Beautiful spacing there comes out on the side of aces. We do see blue Nocta here chilling like a villain, going for those running attacks, but the pressure from aces as we do see another one going for that there. The bleed proc come through, 133. Oh my lord, PSGS is a dead setup, guys, as the crouch R1 comes through. Tragic end there without the rune arc, but unfortunately it is up to the players to make sure that they remember to do it. Good catch though, Misha. Unfortunately, I didn't see it before then. That was very, very nice. GG's to both. Very, very nice fights, folks. I don't actually know. You should make rules for ladder, TBH. The rule considerations, Sentinel, just as a quick aside, the rule considerations that I have to make for exclusively tournaments and like hosted events is very different than rules that need to be made for ladder. A ladder has very different considerations, in my opinion anyway, that usually revolve around making sure that like a bunch of setups are viable. No, it's not. Yes, it is. You'd be mad daft to think so otherwise. It still sucks. It doesn't... Well, that wasn't the point. The point is that I can make a tourney rule set that's focused around making an audience happy, that you enjoy what you're watching, that I enjoy casting what I'm watching, and further from that, that the players have a, generally speaking, good time. It depends on what the purpose of a rule set is, alright? And believe you me, I have spent weeks trying to do this, and there's probably oversights in my rule set as well. The considerations that ladder has for in and of themselves are very different from the considerations that I have, for better or worse. But either way, that's getting besides the point. I won't have... I know how difficult it is for people to make rule sets, and while I can be fairly content with how mine is, that doesn't mean that I need to knock down how other people do theirs. So either way, blue Nocta and Osiris. Osiris. There we go. And blue will continue to be red. Alright, blue. No, it's... Oh, you mean PSGS. Sorry. Not really. It's fine. It's just harder to use. It's hard enough to use now that I don't think it's really relevant anymore. But it's still a good setup. It's still like A tier, right? Listen, I'll bring the bickies another time, okay? Okay, 0. Neat. I think we have everything set. There we go. Okay, cool. How dare you. Darcy, you're banned. Alright, blue. Rune Arc, please, 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 Rune Arc, bestie. And cast? Hey, listen. You supply tea? You keep me in tea? I'll be happy out. Blue. End of the maid. Yeah, I use Bloodhound Step on Katana in Grey Cat. All it takes is a cop up for the pillar, yes. Alright, come on, blue. Can I message him? You silly goose, can I message him? Please, please, Rune Arc. I'm literally going to give you like less than a minute. You need to Rune Arc, brother. Blue. Yo, he figured it out. Oh my god. Alright. There we go. We got there. Ladies and gentlemen, the round is about to begin. Osiris in blue, blue in red. Blue Nocta in red. Oh dear. There we go. Force back in there once again. We do see that attempt to do that. We do see the spectral shenanigans coming through here. The ghosty goops, and it's not even Halloween coming out here on the side of Osiris. He's getting some very good utility out of it. Alright. I'll force back in once again, as we are going to see both of our players, Darcy, keeping up that pressure. Ooh, nice rolls coming out there from Osiris, as we are going to see the spectral shenanigans coming out there from behind. Good rolls there coming out from Osiris as the off axe comes through just once more. And the off ice rend is definitely an interesting choice here, having good range, but losing out on the general damage that the hand axe will do. But the running attacks are going to be queued one after another. We do see the lightning strike here, but a nice little bit of the frost is going to be hit there on blue, who is going to be chilling like a villain. See what I did there, because it's ice, haha, TV. As we are going to see now blue pushed back into the corner. Osiris, they're going for these running attacks there, but it's not quite going to be able to land. As we do see both players forced back into another neutral, but Osiris getting overzealous there in that trade. And oof. Does Lightning Axe do better? I see. I think it's build dependent for sure, and it is quite long. But neither here nor there. It's all personal preference. I personally value range an awful lot more on certain things, but I think on offhands especially, you can get away with the slightly shorter one, as Blue Nocta takes the first stock. The backschwang. Shamshir has been needing a nerf. Yes, Shamshir's of the base game stuff. It's gotten marginally... Well, I actually don't know what the case is now, because I don't think... TS isn't poisonable anymore, is it? Forced back. GG's though. GG's. Thanks, lads. I appreciate you all, you know. What's for breakfast? Why is he waving? Ooh, a little bit of BM. It's not easy, lads. It's not easy. But either way, we are going to have both of our players in, ready to go. Let's crack on. Blue one in red. Osiris not in blue. I'm regretting life decisions making blue red now, I think. It's actually quite confusing for me. I have to do a double take every now. It's like, oh, which one's which, as we are going to see. They're running attacks one after the other, and the Grey Cat is out here on the side of our dear friend Osiris here. Now, there we go. We are going to see forced back once again. The swap over onto the Fox the Anspact is not quite able to get the damage in that needs to be due. As we are going to go for those running attacks there from Kilo, but unfortunately we are going to see just the amount of pressure being forced in on blue. It's just tragical gamer. As we are going to see the standing R1s, the Weed Cutter is out, but the Lightning Slash is going to whiff from Kilo. Look at the forced back in once again, as we see the Anspax being loaded up like a spring, coiled up, and away she goes. But unfortunately it's going to hit absolutely nothing, as we do see that off rack come out here on the side of Osiris, looking to try and get those interrupts, which we do see into that didn't even trade, actually managed to get the proper interrupt there. That's a curiosity, as we are now going to see blue going in for that nice bit of pressure, but on fork bestie, as it's cast aside by the Phalanx. And L1 there expecting the immediate aggression here that blue has done. And I actually think that Osiris has done the right thing here, going over to the off rack. The off rack is actually a huge boon to this, because it's going to force... Shut up, Darcy! It's actually really good because it slows down the match by a very wide margin, which is what Osiris wants. Osiris doesn't want to be rushed down, because that's what blue really wants to do. Blue very much wants to be on the aggression. There you go. That's what it's all about. As it forces in A nice trade there once more. Hello there, new here. You popped into my recommended. Never seen these tournaments, but this is intense. I'm already invested. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear. Yeah, and enjoy it. We host these every week. The beginners bracket. There's a tournament on tomorrow as well. First of the try hard throwdowns. So be sure to catch that if you're interested. But we host a fight club a casted fight club on Wednesdays and a beginners bracket on Thursdays. You know, I'm not going to cast anymore. Yeah, thank you for plugging my stream, SK. I appreciate you. It makes me feel less disgusting for doing it. All right. Ladies and gents, it's going to be a 1-1. Let's actually just take a quick peek at the builds. I think we haven't had a chance to do this. You want the Frosty cast? Dude. All right, let's just take a quick look at the builds. 52 decks on the side of Osiris, the 40 end. That's going to mean he's able to keep up a nice amount of aggression whenever he gets it. And of course, on the side of Blue Nocta, 38 versus the dexterity of 57. That's a mix-up potential, dude. I hope we'll see some nice handy tech, dude. Some really cool handy tech, dude. Dude. Anonymous gifter, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But either way, ladies and gents, we do have both of our players chilling like villains here in neutral. Blue here has an awful lot to prove, but that rack build, he's gone on to the LGS, which I actually don't think is the play here. I think the Phalanx was probably a much better play. Phalanx, of course, being a little bit quicker, you can get that true combo, but Osiris goes for the weed cutter, and here Blue is not in a position to mess around, keeping that up. The Blink Bolt into a Halberd run R1 is kind of neato dorito, as we see a run R2 come out here. Another running R1 coming out here from the side of Osiris, but unfortunately the Halberd is going to be able to keep up that pressure. The Blink Bolt comes through, actually managing to phase through time and space itself to land that hit, as we are going to see a Blink Bolt now once again, but unfortunately Blue isn't quite sure what to be able to do. Osiris. You hate to see it, bestie. As Blue, yabba dee yabba die, moves on later into the loser's bracket. Good showing. You had a really good run this week, Osiris. Well fucking played, dude. It's always a pleasure to have you in, brother. Absolute pleasure. Alright. Where are we now in regards to the bracket? Let me just take a quick peek as I log the scores. That is going to be a 2-1 in favor of Blue, who moves on to fight the loser of this upcoming round. Neato Dorito. In fact, after this, we're actually going to jump straight into the losers round 3. So I can get the best of 3s out of the way, and I don't have to change the overlay. So this is going to be Axie versus Crouching Kangaroo. Oof, this is going to be a little bit messy. It is going to be Asia Voices SA. So Argentina versus Malaysia. Nice. Can I use it? No, you can't. Bloodhound Step is very, very broken, especially in a cross-region tourney, unfortunately. But Great Katanas are all legal. Oh, this is going to be messy. This is going to be real messy. Yeah, this is going to be rough. I love cross-region tourneys. Poison ban. Poison is legal. It's only banned on curved swords and thrusting swords. Alright. Rot is blanket banned. My commiserations to both of you. We do have Axie in blue versus the Crouching Kangaroo with the K. Alright. Oopsie daisy, really? Did that not go through? Pardon me now, just one moment. There we go. Okay. There we go. We fixed it. We fixed it. Allow Rots to stock finishes in under 10 minutes. Nope. We roll. Best of luck to our contestants. Okay. Ladies and gents, on a 3, 2, 1. It's going to be Axie in blue. The Crouching Kangaroo in red. Alrighty then. We are going to see both players here going for their respective buffs. Looking at this here, we do see these jumping attacks here on, of course, the amazing, the powerful Milady Tips hat. As we are going to see now Crouching Kangaroo taking a considerable amount of damage. Just a little bit, just right off the bat, and more. There she blows. Comes out there with a harpoon, but unfortunately it's not going to land. Yet again not going to land. As we see these jumping R2s coming out here on the side of Axie, who's going to be spacing from Kilo, and I think it's wiser to be rolling absolutely frickin' everything here, as we do see actually managing to space that out. Both players looking for an opportunity here to get this, as we see Crouching Kangaroo taking an awful lot of damage. Jumping comes through there. Axie has unfortunately taken a little bit of damage in that exchange there, as we are going to see Crouching here trying desperately to land something. Axie, of course, still has a huge life advantage as the Milady goes to town and the double strike comes through there, not quite able to land it. As we are going to see a little bit of damage, but no bolus punish for Axie, as we're going to see that poison continue to bleed up, but uh-oh, that is going to be nasty as those overheads come through, and the spam that comes through in the corner there to try and get that poison built up as quickly as possible. Axie needs to poison bullet, and as you can see there, having the ability to get that poison bolus there is going to be huge. Both players will have it be very easy to get an unpunishable bolus. If they get hit, it is going to be a massive blunder in their part. What Crouching needs to do is play for those trades, or do that repeatedly and catch Axie with his trousers down, as we are going to see both players now running out. Crouching, of course, the Kangaroo himself is of course a newcomer to these beginners brackets. Axie has only been in one before, if I remember correctly, although these beautiful maps and all the bells and whistles, you can thank them for it, and thanking them I am by having them fight on this latency. As the dagger comes out there once again, we are going to see the spinning strike come through there. 8 HP and an absolute dream, and you're going to see the hail of harpoons. The roll out there, barely not able to get the punish there on the HTS, as we are going to see a jump come through, and that's going to be Axie by a hair's breadth managing to pull through on that one. G to the G's. Damn. Yeah, my apologies again. These have to be open region, Axie. It just that I don't have a player base otherwise, unfortunately. But yeah, get it back in here. It's just the nature of the beast. It's as rough for our dear friend Kangaroo as well. But either way, let's move in here, as we do have both players in. Axie 1, Crouching not. Let's get this show on the road. Alright, and the hail of harpoons. There she blows. As we are going to see the Rakshasa come out here on the side of Crouching, but the pot is out. As we do see these interrupts, the sheer audacity of Axie here to move on to this setup into what I can only imagine. Oh, goes for that running attack there. We are going to see this here. Goes for another running attack. The L1 comes out there once again. It does seem as though we are on the... I'm not actually... It's not a straight sword. It is a straight sword, as we are going to see the attempt to bolus punish there, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. Good roll out there. Comes out on the side of Axie. Crouching Kangaroo is going to be chilling like a villain. Goes for that running attack. Good roll out there from the side of Axie as well. Axie, I don't believe, has been hit. Well, as I say, a caster's curse. Come on, lads. Be kind, as we are going to see the parry come out there on the side of Axie. But no! Memed too close to the sun. The saucy dojo has betrayed you, my friend. As we are going to see now the swap back over onto the halberd here. which is probably the play as the trade comes through there. That is going to be Crouching Kangaroo's favor, but he's going to struggle to get those vortexes. Really has to force the trades as the running attack is going to be interrupted. Force back now. Good rollout there once more as we see Axie here setting up for some shenanigans. Tier is gone. 1100 HP as the trade comes through, which I believe is not going to be in anyone's favor, but the bleed is going to be rolled there. Axie is going to be hit. Unfork Bestie as we see the rollout. Axie has to go for a poison bolus relatively quickly here, or force that pressure as we do see the HTS comes through. And that is going to be the tier proc. Axie trying to keep up that pressure, managing to get another hit there. Another hit there into the straight sword, but out of stamina. You hate to see it. And the hail of harpoons! And the follower's jab kill. Holy sheesh, that's going to be Axie moving on into the next round of the losers bracket, which is going to be immediately Axie. Well done, Kangaroo. It's been a pleasure having you in, my friend. Is so consistent with the boots. Oh, me oh my. Alright, let's log the scores here. Because it is going to be Axie now versus Blue Nocta. And then we'll crack on then with the rest of the semi-finals. So, crouching 1, 2 to Axie. Very nicely done. GG's. Alright, and now it's going to be Axie versus Blue. If you don't mind. Insane lat game. Yeah, it again, the biggest, so just as people kind of know what the general idea is with these, it's very hard to fill brackets for beginners tourneys, unfortunately. The player base just isn't there. And it's kind of doesn't justify region locking. Ideally, you'd have a beginner's tourney for every region, but unfortunately, I just can't. It's just, I've thought about it in the past. It's very, very difficult. The brackets would be 5 people every single time. So it's unfork. You hate to see it. But again, there's no prize. There's no, except the amazing, powerful artist badge. Alright, let me update all of the shenanigans here. I'm getting ahead of myself as Axie is in blue. And blue is still in red. Oh, okay. I'm cracking myself up. Alright. Alright, folks. The massive fight between Axie and Blue. Let's take a quick look at the builds. Get some rest, Crouching. Thanks for joining, brothers. I hope to see you on next week. Alright. 57 decks. 38 end versus the 33 end. The Min Rex versus the 60 decks. Will those 3 points come in clutch? Or will the extra endurance here from the side of Blue give them the aggression that they need? It remains to be seen. Alright, folks. Let's crack on. As we have both players in. And on a 3, 2, 1. Ollie. Kaboom! As the Hail of Harpoons comes in and gets a nice tasty bit of damage right off the bat. Both players here are going to be chilling like villains. I believe that's going to be the Milady coming out there. Good roll out there on the side of Axie. Force back in now once again. We are going to see these rolling attacks come through there just to try and get that extra bit of damage. Blue is going to be on the axe. There she blows once more through the ice. Through the mist, the chilling mist that is there, as we are going to see these double strike come through there. Oh, and the spinning slash there on the halberd, actually getting a really nice trade there as well. Force back in now as we are going to see the running attack, and the R2s come through there on the side of Axie, which is going to come in clutch. Blue does have the ability to get that spear tally to do some decent work, but we're not actually seeing the spear tally be taken out here as he hasn't elected to go for the trade. Axie here, the trades back and forth, an absolute scrap of a match, ladies and gents, as we are going to see Blue force back into the far corner. 1200 HP to 500. Both sides still have their tier. Good roll out there from the halberd. And the off axe here is going to be poised and ready to go, as we are going to see now this running R1 come through into a follow-up there just in case. Animation Kun is going ham here. As a great man once said, the spinning slash comes out there. Good rolls here coming out from the side of Axies. The standing R1 is actually able to get that. And the mash, if in doubt, bash that controller against your forehead. And make your opponent bash theirs against drywall as the parry comes out there from Kilo. Empty jump there. Not empty, actually going for the jumping R2. Nocta is in a spot of bother, but he can even this out very, very quickly. 200 HP to about 1,000 effective HP as we do see the rocks into a spin to win here from the side of Axie, who takes the first stock in this best of 3. V nicely done. V nicely done. Axie's on the scorecard. 1-0. Beautiful, beautiful. Very pro even, I would go so far as to say. Don't forget. Yes, blue, please, Runark. You have 2 minutes less to figure it out. Yo! Sham is in the lower end of meta setups. I will talk about what I think the meta looks like at the moment. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But either way, we have both of our players in and ready to go. Let's rock on. Cool. And there we go. We are going to see the Hail of Harpoons immediately starting it off there. Blue has taken a nice amount of damage. We are going to see Axie managing to get there. Buffs off themselves, and the grease is up as well. Mega grease even, as we are going to see now the harpoons come out again. But the animations, the spins to wins, and this double slash comes through. Axie is actually losing these trades as the... Oh my god! Oh me, oh my. As we are going to see both of them come through here. As the trade comes through, Axie has taken some damage and the double slash comes out. Spin to win was not the play there, as a whiff punish has been restored, ladies and gentlemen. My lord. Better player wins. What am I hearing off screen? Sounds so sus. Huh? You're going to have to elaborate and explain, my friend. But either way, we have both of our players in and ready to go. Match point between the two of them. Axie versus Blue. Kaboom. The mash sounds lol. Not managing to get enough damage there, but the jump R2 is going to come off right off the bat there. We are going to see Blue here forced back once more, as we are going to see these back schwangs come through there. Axie trying to go for the mash themselves. Beautiful spacing comes out there, which is very confident here. And as we are going to see now, this running attack comes through. Oh no! Oh no! Someone just got saucy aced. Just stood there. Oh no, there was nothing for breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. As we are going to see that backstep attempt coming out here from the side of Axie. Blue is on 1200 versus 1700 HP respectively, as we see a jump attack come through there. As the spinning slash comes through, the mental damage to Nocta has been absolutely abysmal here, as the parry comes out there expecting the mash, but unfortunately no mash is forthcoming. Why would he, unless he's feeling very, very pro as the jumping R1 comes out. Blue is in a spot of bother, hits the ground, breaks his ankle, and that is going to be all she wrote for the losers bracket best of threes. Axie moves on into a guaranteed third place. GG's. Very, very nicely done. Blue, it's good to have you in bracket once more. Very, very good run. Alright, so we are now on to the semi-finals, which is going to be a best of 7. Best of 7 here. Let's get our shenanigans set up. Winners rounds, semis. Where's losers rounds? There we go. Cool. All right. Darcy versus Aces. UK versus the Canadians, eh? Eh? Oh, go down there and grab a couple of coffin nails, do we? I ain't actually. Yeah, Darce is in fact Canadian. Aces. If I spelt that correctly, which I probably didn't, but you know what? We roll. We ball, ladies and gents, as we are on to the semi-finals now. Vancouver. Je suis québécois. Pardon, madame, je ne parle français. Parle anglais? Non? Oui. Alright, we're just waiting for everyone to get into position. The Aces is going to be in red. Darcy will be in blue. Curse of Bennings upon ye. Actually, there's actually a good number of French Canadians I've known. Do you remember SK? Do you remember what's her name? What was her name? Oh, began with A. Amelie. Wasn't she a French Canadian? I'm fairly sure she was. I'm fairly certain, but either way, whomst Amelie? I think Aini is a French Canadian as well, originally. I'm not sure, but either way, folks, we do have both of our players in. Let's just take a quick peek at the builds. Darcy's going to be on that strength. Of course, Aces is going to be on that arcane once more. Both of these players have a habit of going for PSGS, and there's a long stock ahead, so we may see the mirror at some point. But, ladies and gents, let's crack on with the first of the semi-finals. Alright. Bolt is out. The physics are drank. The shenanigans is afoot, as we do see the Gugs versus the Bzzz as the trade comes through there. Not even a trade, actually, as that damage is insane, Darcy. Holy sheesh. As we are going to see, Aces here put on the back foot. The Gugs is the greatest ultra great. Did you see what I did there? As we are going to see that trade come through there. Aces not quite sure how to initiate these fights here. Oh, but the backstab grab is going to be what we call in the business absolutely tragical. But another backstab grab in response, but neither side able to necessarily punish them, as we see Darcy keeping a long neutral here into that HTS, which might actually be kind of cool, but the random poise event there, possibly due to the pivot. I'm not sure. That seems to be a consistent thing when people are turning around, as the R2 comes through. Oh my lord. Darcy! Aces is a wife and kids, bro. What the fuck? With the steel chair. Bruh. Gugs supremacy? In 2024? Ain't no way. The revenge of the colonies, it seems. Although, no, wait, never mind. The 100 Years' War, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out an analogy for this one, folks. Either way. Round is in. Let's go. Round 2 of our first 2-4. And the physics is drank. And the runnings are here. And the shouts are out. The RAR X3 comes through there and actually gets some decent damage right off the bat. As the running attack comes through there. Darcy here setting up. Oh no, the backstab grab, but it's not going to be punished. We are going to see a jump there from Kilo, but unfortunately not able to get the punish here is Darcy as a standing R1 comes through to try and get that. We do see the lightning bundles coming up here. And we do see the standing R1 and the sword lance there as well. Neither side necessarily wanting to engage first. Again, it's going to be pretty limited, and what we can do here is the off-dag comes out here on the side of Aces, which is probably the play. Off-dag, of course, would be huge into this as Darcy takes a nice amount of damage. Unfortunately, the Gugs is going to be in a position where it's not going to be quite able to do much. Didn't see a mash out of the bleed proc there from the side of Darce, which might have actually been very advantageous. Oh, and that side strike there, as we are going to see the R2 come through. Good roll out there. Darcy is going to take a little bit of damage. Not confident that that rolling is actually going to come out fast enough to get that punish. I don't actually know that interaction here. Looking at that, they go for the rolls out there once more. Not quite able to get the damage in. Darcy here running out from Kilo there, but we do see an empty jump into a jump R1. Darcy here chilling like a villain, looking for any and all opportunities to force these trades, but Aces is doing a good job of playing very reserved. Both sides relatively even, within 100 HP of each other. We do see that very slow regen coming out on the side of Darcy. She manages to get an absolute whopper of a hit there. Oh, could have gone for the follow-up rolling attack there, is the side of Darcy, as she is going to get that nice little bit of a bolus in. Is going to be punished for a little bit of damage, but both sides are relatively even, still within 100 HP of each other, although Aces just took a nice amount of damage from that. Oh my god. But Darcy gets the bleed procced, forced back in. The attempt to roll catch there, but it's not going to be able to quite land. Aces is doing a good job of playing these. Oof. Ow, Darcy is in a spot of bother now, as both players are still neck and neck all the way through here, as we see Darcy try and go for that. We do see the anti-air there, 1000 HP to 500, only 500 HP in the difference here, as we do see the bleed proc come through now once again. Actually managing to strafe that there is Darce, but the running, the backstab grabs here coming in clutch, and I believe Aces is trying to make sure that they happen, as now Darcy has taken a very, very slight lead. Roll, oh, the fat roll is huge. Are we going to see a punish? Darcy needs to get out of there as the panic rolls come through, and that's going to be Aces taking a stock off of Darce. The Gugs might not actually be the play here, folks. Remind me to never swap, to never tally swap Bazed. Why are they using the HTS and Arcane builds? Is it better than Hellas? I think it's because I'm not sure what the damage differential is between going Arcane. I think you can still get the true combo. We're not seeing it. Hey, Senchiko. 3-hit bleed. Jesus. Blood gets Uggs bled. That's a difficult sentence to say. Thank you, Darcy. I'm glad you're looking out for me here on that one. Alright, we do see a swap here from Darce. Alright, we're getting our players into positions. Nicely done. See the swap over. V-nice. And we're ready to crack on with this next round. The PSGS versus the Great Sword. We will see now if it is actually all that great, but with the swap over onto the Gugs immediately. And I believe the Dane's kick is going to be on there as well on the side of Darce. Back onto the HTS into this Gugs, as we do see the swaps back over between the two. But my god, Darcy's able to get some really tasty damage right off the bat. And now Aces is going to be caught in a spot of bother. Standing R1 there calls out the dagger, as we do see that attempt to actually drag the hitbox there across, in case there was an attempted strafe there from the side of Aces. Aces playing very careful, playing very reactive, which he has to do against the Gugs. If you are going to swing into it, there's a high likelihood that the Gugs is actually going to be able to get some nice damage. Darcy choosing to double roll there, but their RAR X3 comes through there, and Aces is going to eat another tasty amount of damage there. Almost gets roll caught, but unfortunately Darcy is going to be bled out. 1402 with tier to 1100, as we are going to see Aces now taking an awful lot of damage, but the Dane's footwork there comes out now once more. Standing R1 comes through there, but unfortunately Darcy isn't able to get good damage off of that Dane's. Into the RAR X3 once more now, and the 400 HP left on the board here for dear Aces, but he is electing to stay on that blue feather, not choosing to go for that little bit of regen and play passive for a while to get himself safe. He is about 2-3 hits max away from getting put away here. Darcy has an awful lot more life in her comparatively, as the run attack comes through there, not quite able to make it. Another run attack comes through there, not quite able to make it. We are going to see Darcy here play a very, very slow game, looking for those, almost managing to get that anti-air. The double roll comes out, 900 HP all the way over. The bleed is going to be rolled. That's going to be huge here for Darce, as we see the swap over. No, we don't see the swap over to the Dane's footwork, but the trade comes through, 144 into a little flip, and the R2s come out here on the side of the Danes. And there you go. That's all she wrote. 1-2 in the favour of Darcy. A little bit of a smack around there. A kick across the jaw will definitely put you away. But GG's. G? Can we get a chi-cheese? A chi-cheese, guys? Chi-cheese. Oh, and we are facing through the wall. Let's just take a quick look at the builds here once again. So someone had mentioned that Shamshir was on the lower tier of meta, and I think it's about midway through there in the current meta. I think that Thrusting Sword is slightly better than it. I think that Patas, if they were allowed, would be considerably better than it. But that's not saying that the setup isn't fundamentally insanely strong. Backswing is huge. I don't actually know what the current matchup from between Fists and BHB, yeah, of course. BHB is in a tier all on its own, though. That setup is insane. But yeah, someone did mention it. I thought it's probably worth the conversation. Insane round. I agree. Roleplay games. Good to have you in, brother. All right. Watertight? I don't think it does. I think it's strong by virtue of itself, even outside of a rule set. But that's just me. Either way, 2-1. Let's crack on with this next round. And there you have it. We are going to have our physics. We are going to have both of our players kind of chilling like villains once more. The Raw X3 is going to go right over his head, but unfortunately... Oh, that interrupt there on that Gug's hit would have been tragical as we see the hyper armor trades come through there into a crouch R1. Darcy kind of recognizing now what Asus is doing, trying to force those backstab grabs, which is genius with a J. As we are going to see now that swap over to the off dagger is going to actually space out that. Darcy electing not to go for that. The bleed proc makes sense why she's playing so carefully, as we are going to see these rollouts here. Asus playing very aggressively here. Darcy possibly conditioning here for Asus to get a little bit closer as the R2 comes out, but is going to be punished for it, and the off dag is getting that tasty amount of bleed as the run R2 comes out here on the side of Dart, as she does manage to roll out that bleed proc now. Once again, the standing R1 comes through, tries to go for the follow-up, does manage to get the anti-air there. Asus is in a spot of bother. Nothing was in fact for breakfast there, unfortunately, as we do see Asus reset into neutral, try to gather himself, get those tallies swapped over. 500 HP plus tier versus 1400. That's a substantial difference there coming through there, as we do see Darcy roll out here, going for trying to set up here just in case there's a running attack or whatever that comes through. Another running attack is kind of being set up here, but unfortunately Asus isn't really playing that game. He's playing a much more, I'm going to jump in and initiate, hopefully be able to jump over that Gugs and actually get the damage, which is very, very smart play here from the side of Asus, not playing into Darcy's win condition here, which is number one, having long moves that can be punished on reaction by the Gugs. Oh, but unfortunately that jump out of the corner there as the Dane's kick comes through into the R2 there on the Dane's footwork, and that's going to be Asus now. 410 as the swap over to Blue Feather comes out, which is going to be massive, as we do see that. Oh my god, 83 HP as that managed to anti-air, and the kicks are out. The smack across the jaw breaks his knees, sets him on the ground, and that's going to be Darcy with 3, Asus to 1. Yeah, the Dane's footwork as an offhand is actually kind of interesting. I'm probably going to have a play around with that at some point just to see how it functions. That's really, really cool. Really, really cool. I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. It's kind of it's cute. I don't know how good it is, but it is cute. Oh, we do see the swap over to the Pisages here versus the Gugs. Well, think about it. Alright, both players are ready for this. What could be match point here for Darcy, but Asus could force this one back. It remains to be seen. We are going to see the bolt out. Both players going for their respective physics. The shout, the screams of defiance here coming out on the side of Darce. But Asus is having absolutely none of it, as we are going to see now both players chilling. The screams! She angry! Oh no! As we do see a running attack there to try and initiate. Swapping over to the two-hand there, maybe as a little bit of a recovery cancel. The pivot there in neutral, but Darcy's far enough away, it's not really going to matter. And are we going to see a follow-up? Nope. We are going to see some very good roll discipline come out here on the side of Darce as a minor trade comes through into the roll catch, and the Dane's footwork is out there as well. Good rollout there from the side of Darcy, as we do see the Pidgeys going for that absolutely insane pressure. But Darcy does escape the Vortex there. Looking at that there now, once again, we are going to see that running attack come through there to try and initiate the empty jump. Not going to be called out there by Darce. Very good restraint here on the side of both players, as neither of them really wants to play around. The empty jump comes through there. That's Darcy actually managing to get a nice, decent hit. Another random poise event, but that's going to be Darcy tanking that one. Managing to get that, and that's going to be Darcy immediately moving on into the finals. Holy sheesh. Darcy, you've done it. You've graduated from Bennings mode. Now, are you going to be able to win the only real prize? The only real prize of that artist tag. Are you going to be able to do it, Darce? And remember, players only have one shot, ladies and gentlemen. Only one shot in these beginners tournaments of winning, or you will be forever second place. But we are going to take a very quick break while I stretch my old legs and get myself sorted. Take a moment, do what you got to do, folks, and I'll see you all in about 5 minutes. Well played to everyone so far. You all have been amazing, and for the people who've given support so far as well, I absolutely love and appreciate all of you as well. I can't be doing this without all of you, and it's definitely encouraging me to do more of these events. So, alright, I'll talk to you all in about 5 minutes. BRB. All right, folks. We are in. We are back. We are ready to go. We have both of our players in. Let's rock on as we just take a quick peek over what the players are rocking here. Oh, never mind. I'm already there. It is going to be... Oh, never mind. I did actually mess up. That is backwards. It is going to be... Oops. Oh, no. Where is the... Did I accidentally close it? I might have. Give me a moment, folks, while I fix my shenanigans. That is very annoying. Oopsie daisy. Ripperoni and pepperoni. Oops. There we go. Okay, we should be good. And then it's going to be Axie on the left. And then it's going to be Aces on the right. Cool, that should be... No, it is not. There we go. Alright, we're fixing it. Sorry about this, folks. I must have accidentally closed it by mistake. That sucks. That really does suck. Right. Cool. Neat. Alright, we fixed it all. It's all working well and good. Axie is, of course, on that Dex build. And Asus is rocking that Arcane, as I do need to change the score. It is going to be another best of 7 here. Nito Dorito. And then moving on over here. Let's take a quick peek here and make sure that all of the tallies and stuff like that are working on my side, which they do seem to be. HP... There we go. All right, we're all good. Okay, cool. So, we do have both of our players in. They are both ready by the looks of things. Aces in red, Axie in blue. And this, the bronze match. Let's crack on. And there we go. We are going to see the physics. We are going to see the Egon's Harpoon. Managing to get a tasty amount of damage there. Oh, and the Milady coming out there to try and get a nice amount of damage into that follow-up. Axie actually managing to take a considerable amount of damage there. We are going to see that hit. Force back in now. Axie managing to escape a vortex here. Stuck up against the wall though. Oh, and the fat roll is not going to be good as Axie just about manages to get away from that. We are going to see that pressure here coming out from Aces. We do see a bleed proc rolled. Unfortunately, we see another roll come out there on the side of Axie. Tries to go for that punish, but the double strikes come out there to try and swat him aside, which they do in fact do. Axie's in a really good spot here, going for that jump attack there as it is going to come through. Force back in now. Once again, we are going to see both players here fighting for that central position, forcing Aces on the back foot so badly as the parry goes through. But the bleed proc is going to be... God, and Axie takes so much damage from that exchange as the vortexes come through. The crouch R1 comes through there just to try and catch Axie off guard, but we're not seeing a whiff punish attempt there on any of these funny little things as we are going to see the spam come out there, but the tracking memento as we are going to even it out, and that's going to be Aces taking the first stock. Holy moly, that was damage, and that bleed proc came in so clutch. Those bleeds, sheesh. Yeah, the bleed on this build is absolutely bonkers, lads. I can't quite make head nor tail of it. Like, it just does so much damage. Really, really good stuff, though. Very, very good stuff. GG's. Oh, I'd well believe it. I would well believe it, but either way, as we peer out over the parapet here, let's get this match underway. Round 2 of our best of 7. And the harpoons are out there. There she blows once more. As we are going to see Aces here going for that. Tries to get, manages to get that trade. Axie's in a spot of bother here as we are going to see yet more damage done. Both players now chilling like villains now once more. As we are going to see that crouch in, trying to get in underneath the LGS, but unfortunately played too close and too risky there, as the bleed proc is going to be rolled here, but Asus is going to take an awful lot of damage. Crouch R1 comes through there once more. We are going to see these jump R2s coming out, trying desperately to catch the uncatchable, as Asus takes a lot of damage in that exchange. We do see an empty jump come through, not quite in a position to do very much of anything good. Tries to go for a roll catch. Quick poke comes through. Axie is going to be quite low, and that's going to be the bleed proc into. Jesus, that damage is insane. As this fight has already evened out, as a Crouch R1 comes through, tries to force a trade, but unfortunately the LGS is just a little bit too quick. Milady is too strong. What to do? And force back once more, as we see the tier procced now for Asus. Oh, and the parry is out. Managing to get a little bit of extra damage there. A love tap on the way out there for Asus, as a running R1 comes through, and the bleed proc is going to be through as well. And the roll outs, neither side is a tier. A 600 health lead here pretty much for Axie, but the Crouch R1 comes through there. Force back now once again. We are going to see Asus looking desperately to try and get some good damage in. Oof. Jump R1 comes through. Oh, tries to force the trade, but it's not quite there. Crouch R1 comes through, and we are going to see the attempt to get the harpoon now once again, but no. We are going to see that. The pressure, the roll catch attempt there come through. Asus is to play this carefully. He can. He is very much in the position. 9 HP in a dream. Where are we going to see that red feather come through? Red feather here would be huge. He might be able to just completely nuke the health bar. Oh! No! What is going to be for breakfast? Nothing was for breakfast because it's Elden Ring. Holy moly, rolls back out there, rolls again. Both sides have to play this very carefully. Are we going to see it? The run attack comes through! Oh my god. Axie's on 15 HP to 9. Both sides are nearly gone, and the run attack comes through! And Asus takes another round. What the frick? Bruh. Both sides were so goddamn close all the way through that match. What the hell? Round 3. In this best of 7 for bronze. Ladies and gents. On a 3, 2, 1. As we see the swap here from Axie, as we peer out over the parapet once more. And there we go. The free aim there on the harpoon. Oh, force back. Asus here, chilling like a villain. Like we are going to see that follow-up R1 come out there. The rolls coming through as well. The rack here is going to be nasty to try and get in on, but if the spacing can be found, it can be punished. But the rack is V-strong. Rack is going to be rough here, as we see the follow-up there. PSGS players, when they see an opening, overextending into it, as and all is right in the world, as we do see the bleed proc come through there for Asus. The swap is over, but the bleed is actually going to be really, really advantageous here for Asus, as the jump R1 comes through there. Oh, managing to get that interrupted. Another interrupted. The bleed proc. Axie has to be careful of those. 1400 to 1300. A life advantage ever so slightly in the favor of well, no, it's actually not in the favor of Axie. It's definitely in the favor of Asus right now, as another bleed proc comes through. And a jump R1 there, but it's going to be too far. No, there we go. And the intercontinental ballistic missile that is the Auspex, I think is how you say his name, on the Fox. Whew, goes for a running attack there now once again. Axie's doing a decent job there, forced into the corner he is. He goes for that jump R2, that's going to be huge. The Milady is out now once more, but the jump R1s come out here from Kilo, but they're not going to land. Asus still has tier, and I don't believe there's a tier skip opportunity unless he goes for a block. Oh, and actually managing to get that punished. Not able to get the Vortex here. And we may see a running attack come out of this as well, but unfortunately not, as the Milady is going to go for some more shenanigans. PSGS is not the play, going forcing these trades here, but unfortunately that is going to be the tier gone, and now Axie is once more in the lead as the bleed bolus is going to be procced, but the standing L1 comes out there and the R2s are out as well. Ace is not quite able to. Oh no, the aim punch, but the strafe on the side of Aces as both players now are very low. The harpoon comes out there. This could go either way. A harpoon now from Kilo could finish this one out, but a good roll there from Aces, but he swaps over. Oh my lord, is that the play? It is not the play, and that is how round 3 ends. The victory with Axie finally making it onto the scorecard. 1-2. Ace is still in the lead. That was a good match. Very, very good match. Holy sheesh. Sheesh. Two to one. Both players are in the arena now once more. Oh me, oh my. Let's get this show on the road as we move on to round 4 of our best of 7. Aces still has the lead here, but Axie could climb back out on this, and we see that immediate aggression there in the two-handed. Lance is going to go ham here, but unfortunately the Blood Fiends are just not able to get those hits in, as we are going to see some nice pressure force back now. Once again is going to be Axie chilling like a villain. A slight health advantage there by about 300 HP in the favor of Aces as we see the HTS out again. And I will always say HTS may be a mid weapon, but the HTS mains, oh me, oh my, are they able to make it look good, as we do see that jump there coming out, not quite able to connect, way too far. Very, very risky maneuver, as we do see that bleed proc come through, trying to get that, dragging it there once again. We do see the rollouts there as the double strike comes out there just to try and get a little bit of extra damage. Both sides are going to bump into each other, fist bump on the way in, as we do see the running R1s come through there, and both sides playing over the top here, as we are going to see those L1s, no, the R1s, sorry, come out there on the side of Axie. Good roll out there from the side of Aces, as we do see the off dag there coming in clutch. Back onto the two-handed. We are going to see Axie desperately looking for an opportunity to get that bleed proc, and bolusing here would be absolutely massive to see there. Once again, trying to desperately find that space, but unfortunately we are going to see Aces get an awful lot of damage there. He is just too far. I do not think HTS is the play here. Obviously, one bleed proc could change this around, but Aces is so incredibly low, as you see the swap back over to the PSGS, but the rocks are out, and that's going to be Axie taking another stock. 2-2 as we move on to round 5 of this best of 7 bronze match. 2-2. Like, the PSGS seems to be doing good work. It can definitely win those trades. Definitely can win those trades. But I don't like that HTS swap. I really don't. I like the idea of it. If you can land that R2, you'll be in a position to get the true combo off of it. But the chances of that seem to be very, very low. But that's just me. Alright, ladies and gents, round 5. And the PSGS with that bleed proc is definitely going to win those trades as well. And we need to see more patience here from Aces. We see that in true PSGS fashion. We do see that Aces is going to be going for that. He actually managing to force the trade there. Managing to get another one. A crouch R1 comes through, but it's not going to... Oh no, he's let up the pressure. We might see a bolus here from Axie, but we don't. Axie here running to the other side of the arena. Not actually able to get that bolus off, unfortunately, as we are going to see now Ace is chilling like a villain. He's looking for that pressure. The harpoon comes through. We might even see the attempt to cancel. Going for that. Not able to get the second hit, though. As we see Axie resetting into this long neutral. The crouch R1 is going to connect into another set up there, though. Oh my god, that bleed proc goes through, and that's going to be an insane lead for Aces now so far, as we do see the attempt to get those roll catches. Oh my god, that strafe was brave, as we are going to see those R2s come through. Looking at this now, Aces here is chilling like that. Goes for that. We are seeing Crouch R1 come through. Another one. Looking at that now once more. We do see an attempt to force a trade, but unfortunately, Aces is just a little bit too early on that attempted punish. Oh, the press into the Crouch R1, into the follow-up. The bleed proc is through, and the damage is in. And there we have it. We have 39, a 36 HP in a dream. A jump R1 comes through. A run attack there on the side of Aces, but we are now back onto it there. Oh, just to manage to be clipped. Oh, we do see the late hit there come through on Aces. Aces goes for an empty jump, sets up in the Crouch R1. And that's going to be third match there for Aces. Oof. What a match, lads. What a match so far. Holy sheesh. And now, what could be match patch? First of 4 wins, right? Yeah, and a best of 7, that is true. Yeah, there was really nice aggro, as we see some changes here come out on the side of Axie. Round 6, ladies and gentlemen. All right. As we are going to have both players in the arena, round 6 of our bronze match. Boom. Headshot. And we do see, funny enough, an actual bit of damage there comes on the board there from that harpoon. But we do see the shear is out now, and the attempt to whiff punish there tries to force a trade there, but unfortunately it's not going to be in the favor of either player, really, as we do. That bleed proc is huge. Tries to force in another little bit of damage. We'll see some tally swaps come through here on the side of Aces. Going for that, actually managing to punish the menus, keeping up that bleed. Tries to go for that catch, but unfortunately Axie is nowhere to be found as the jump attack rings through. Goes for an empty jump there into a standing R1, into another bleed proc. Not sure if rolled, as we are going to see that punish there. 800 HP to 1700. Aces is very confident here with these PSGSs, as we are going to see the rollouts there. Both sides trying to roll into each other. Those roll-ins, I'm not sure if they get prio. Oh, good dead angle there to try and get that, as we do see the bleed proc rolled. But it's going to be extra damage here for Aces. Oh no, he tries to go for the backstab. Brave man Aces. They're going to go for that one, as the R2s are going to ring through. Aces is now been evened out by a fairly substantial margin, but there you go. That's going to be all she wrote, as we're going to see yet more Crouch R1s come through on Aces. Aces is taking an awful lot of damage there, trying to get these hits in from neutral. The Crouch R1, that is going to be another bleed proc rolled, as we are going to see the tier now finally gone for Aces. And the run attack there is going to be rolled out now as well. And these R2s are through. Tries to go for a run R1, but unfortunately not able to make it. The whiff, and Axie capitalizing on it beautifully, as we are going to see 32 HP on the board. And the dagger, sorry for the gun kill attempts here, and this is looking like it's going to be trade city here in the favor of Axie. That's all they need to do. Force a trade as a harpoon comes out there. Consumables for days as a jump R1 is going to whiff from Kilo. Are we going to see another harpoon to finish this one out? No, but we do see the rolling, the rollout, and that's going to be 3-3, a match point, ladies and gentlemen, as we are now on match 7. Holy moly. Holy moly. Lads, you can't do this to me. My heart is not going to be able to take it. Not going to be able to take it, as we have both players in. Let's get the show on the road. Match point. Aces versus Axie. Boom! And the harpoon, but it is going to be sidestepped just a little bit there by Aces, who is going to go for that immediate pressure. Oh, the almost managing to get that anti-air. The Crouch R1 comes through there, as the trade is going to ring true as well. I think Aces, what he needs to do here is try and force those trades, as unfortunately the negative spacing here from the side of Axie is going to come in clutch, as we are going to see both players now going for that empty jump there, trying to force in that bit of pressure. The trade comes through, as we are going to see the L1 come through. The bleed proc is going to go through as well. Good roll out there, comes through. Force back in. The L1s come through as well. Can the UK do it? UK versus Argentina Mark II. Oh dear, as we see these rolls coming through. And a crouch R1 comes through there once more as well. Aces is very far behind, but a good bleed proc could be just enough to turn this one around as the crouch comes through into another crouch. Aces is evening this one out, but there's still a lot of health to go as we see an attempt to whiff punish. Good strafe on that. A jumping R1, but is it going to be enough as an empty jump comes through there? Goes for that. The bleed proc goes through. 1000 HP to 700 as Aces is evening this out now to basically dead even. 20 HP, and the difference is a run of 1. No, actually no. Crouch R1 comes through once more on the side of Aces. Empty jumps coming through, and that is going to be another little bit of damage. Aces is dangerously low here. A run R1 could have gone for a quick poke there, but that would have been very risky as the rollouts come through. Oh my god, he actually 56 HP. What is going to be for breakfast? Nothing is for breakfast, because this is Elden Ring. The backstab, good rollout there on the side of Aces, and the whiff punish to finish it out. Holy moly. What the hell? Lads, what a round. What a round. What a round. You two should be very fucking proud of yourselves. You put on one hell of a frickin' show for us today. Very, very well done. Hey. Alright. Let's get it on. As we are now on to the grand finals. Thank you so much for coming, Axie, especially on such short notice, and I'm so glad you did. That round was insane. And now, boys and girls. Could be better though, still no snacks. I'm sorry! We'll have some purple snacks for you next time, alright? The rematch between Darcy and Aces. Because now we're on the best of 9 and a best of 5 bracket reset should it come to it. All right. Folks, I hope you've been enjoying yourselves. That last match has to be the highlight so far. Has to be the highlight so far. What an incredible round. He's casting with me tomorrow for the Try Hard Throwdown, SK. Actually, we have to do some Gamba. Yes. Hopefully there'll be no problems. Let me just make sure I have the names right as we're just waiting for Darcy to get in, which I believe she is now in a moment. C-E-U-S. Yep, there we go.
Hey!
There, have some gamba. What's up, Gatsa? Alright, let's just take a quick peek at the builds and see what we're up against. We do have Darcy on the Gugs once more, 54 strength, 39 end. Versus Asus running a very tight 33 end and 45 arcane. Congratulations, folks. Congratulations for making it this far. Oh my god. Ando, thank you so much for the raid. You made it just in time for the finals. Thank you so much. This has been going absolutely phenomenally. We are finally on the home stretch, folks, as it is a rematch between Darcy and Asus. And will Asus be able to take this one back? This remains to be seen as we move on. Let's get it on as the bolt is out. Oh. There we go. Not a great start, but you know what? Fair play. We'd see a little bit of sportsmanship going on here, as we are going to see Darcy here chilling like a villain here, going around in neutral. Waiting for it to try and force these trades in is going to be the main play, as we are going to see Darcy now go for that empty jump, not quite able to make it. Aces here going for empty jumps all on his own here as well. Both sides here. The PSGS definitely has the advantage here, but Darcy's able to just go, no, I can trade with that. Forces the roll out there with the CR1 of her own. And this is the battle of the old metas by the looks of things. Both crouch poke setups as we see a jumping attack come through there. Oh, comes in there, says, no, you're trying to pressure me. Pressure me, bro. Pressure me, bro. As we haven't seen Darcy take a hit yet. And the R2 comes out. But the crouch has come through as Darcy is going to go for that block. That was brave on the side of Darcy as the screams ring through on the arena and the clashing of blades. And we are going to see it here. Both sides going for that. The CR1s. The CR1 off as Darcy takes a nice tasty bit of damage there. 117 HP as the jump R2 comes through there. Not quite able to do it. We are going to see this move back over. Instead of going for the Dane's footwork now, we're going back onto the two-handed Gugs as we do see that attempt to roll catch. But good rolls come out here from the side of Darce, who does get out of dodge. And we are going to see that attempt to get the crouch R1 off here. The bleed proc is through 700 HP. That is insane. We are in tier skip territory as... Uh-oh. And the quick little kicks, heel to the jaw, is what Darcy is looking for here, as Asus is going to be looking to try and get that bleed proc, but the spin kicks for days coming out here on the side of Darcy. Very good showing. Very, very good showing. That is going to be Darcy on the scorecard for round one. First blood. 1-0 in our best of 9. And of course, remember, the bracket reset will happen if Asus manages to pull through. So it is early days yet. Asus not only has to win these next 5, but has to win a best of 5 afterwards as well. He has to win 10 matches, all in order to take the coveted artist badge. Alright, as we peer over the parapet, both players are ready. Let's crack on. As we are looking at it here, both players are going to go for their physics. Darcy, prepped, ready to go. As we see Asus here chilling. We do see that running attack there. It is not going to connect there from Darcy. But the trade, that boom headshot, as we do see the rollout there coming out on the side of Asus. But the bleed is going to be quite heavy on those, I do reckon. Players now chilling, looking there in neutral, as we are going to see a running attack come through there. But this JL1 from Kilo, in true PSGS fashion, comes through. But a double roll coming out from Darcy there into a standing R1 to punish that pivot. It's another standing R1 there as well, as we are going to see the attempt to try and get that out. But the bleed proc rings true. And then the roll catch to follow up as Darcy is forced back into center. Both sides now chilling out, looking to get themselves their composure together as that run R2 comes through, as a crouch R1 comes out as well. But Darcy's taken some damage. I don't believe she managed to get that hit in, as we are going to see the pressure into a tier proc, into a vortex. Roll catch comes through there once more as well, and we are going to see both players now looking for any and all opportunities, and the run attack comes through. It nearly gets through, but Darcy's going to be roll caught, and the bleed proc to finish it out. Aces is on the score sheet now himself. GG's. GG's. Man, the Gugs is actually doing a really good job. Not necessarily for the amount of damage that it's able to do, but more so just that it's forcing Aces to play in a very specific way that Darcy wants. And that's huge. It's forcing Aces, instead of that insane aggression, because he has to respect those rolls, he's forced into a position where he has to go for a quick poke if he wants to get good damage. But you obviously have your mind games and all that shenanigans that can follow up as well. So it's neither here nor there. But either way, we have both of our contestants in. Let's crack on for round 3 of our best of 9. Darcy goes for the glug glug. Aces here is chilling like a villain, getting his drink in. A gentleman, a polite drink before the fight, as duelists used to do, as we are going to see now. Both players now looking for any and all opportunities. Ace is playing a very long game here. He's looking for a long neutral. He's not really. He's playing very carefully. Good force of a roll there from the side of Darce. But that's going to be an R2. And a roll catch into a quick poke. Darcy is actually doing amazing. Almost managing to land that R2 into a trade there. Into a quick poke. But the pivot messes up the spacing. Gets the actual angle right to make sure as the Dane's footwork come out there. 11 HP to 1700. Oh my god. What a commanding lead, as a belt to the jaw ends it. And that was match 3 in the favour of Darcy. 2-1. And now the even older Gugs Vortex. Yeah. Poke meta, reala. What a match, lads. Holy sheesh. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4. Let's crack on in this, the finals best of 9. Darcy in blue, Aces in red, and the glug glug glugs coming through here, and the raid from Donut as well. Thank you so much for the random poise event there, and about 600 HP off the top to start it the way it was meant to be done, as we are going to see both players now chilling, looking for any and all opportunities. Darcy doing a good job going for that run attack. It is not going to land, but the standing R1 getting that anti-air there, as we are going to see the R2 actually managing to connect. Aces is in a spot of bother here. He has to regain that momentum, get a couple of those bleed procs, and that's going to be his game plan to even this out. And he actually says no to the pressure, but Darcy with the counter pressure herself, getting those dead angles out. As we are going to see both players now chilling now. The metas of old come through as the random rolls come through. Into a whiff punish there. The rolling R1. Who says Gugs can't go for roll-ins? As Darcy is now very much on death's door, and a bleed proc could be enough to end it, as an R2 into a charged R2. Aces trading in there on that, and the Dane's footwork then to finish it out. And a little bit of chiropractic coming through there, just to get a little bit of a kick in there. Such a good use of the R2, yes it is, and I have to say that Darcy is doing a really good job, and again, really nice stuff, really nice stuff. But Donut, how is your stream? How are you getting on? Thank you so much for the raid. You've come in just in time for the finals, lads. It is Darcy's Scout, the infamous Poo Piggy, taking the lead so far to Aces, trying desperately to scramble back a lead. Very good showing here from the side of everyone. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Sit back, Enjoy yourselves as we crack on with round 5 of this best of 9. Oh, if I was to press the right button, that would be poggers. Alright, the bolt is out, the drinks are drunk, the grease is greased as a run R1 comes through there in the dead angle there as well. As we are going to see Aces there, caught in a bit of bother. He tries to go for a quick poke out, but Darcy's just going to town as the kicks come through. And the pressure in the anti-air there as she's just given him a belt as she realizes now she is the health lead. She can afford to go for these things. The Blood Fiends here having a spot of bother. Another bit of a roar. Shouts and roars here in the arena as a standing R1. As Darcy brings herself to a match point. And the kicks coming through. Darcy wants that artist badge, lads. She wants it badly. Will she get it? The first prize. The most coveted prize of all. Really nice stuff here, and we're seeing some really, really good showings. Aces here needs to figure out a way to just play that whiff punish game. Just be patient. But this could all be for naught. There's quite a lead, and he's quite a hill to climb, even if he does manage to claw this one back. And ladies and gentlemen, is this the beginning, or is this the end? We will find out in this round 6, as the bolt is out. And the roars are out. And a shout once more of defiance from Darce. As we are going to see now. Setting up for that. The R2 lands! And another standing R1 manages to make the hit there as Aces is forced back now once again. Looking at both players here. Trying desperately as Aces now to regain his center. Get it back. He tries to go for a whiff punish, but unfortunately Darcy's already there. Should have gone for a press. We do see a press now once again. Aces can claw this back. There's about 1 or 2 more hits here for a bleed proc. And that's all he'll need, is he's got to be interrupted. And he tries to regain pressure here, but he just can't find his footing. Darcy, so dominant here with the Skugs as the shouts and screams once more from the arena as the footwork comes through. But there you go. That's the first bit of damage. Tries to jump it. Manages to get the roll out there. Darcy is very low, but now 20 HP in a dream. And a crouch R1. But no. A quick clip of the jaw sends Aces home. And that is going to be Darce. There she is. Takes her win. After all of those days, these weeks, Darcy takes her win. Very, very nice showing here from Darcy. Well played. You played an absolute blinder in all of these. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you improve as a player, Darcy. It's been a long time coming, and fair play to you. Aces, first showing, and also gets the champions tag in end accord. Both players, you did an absolutely amazing plays. Darcy showing the Gugs supremacy for what it is. Holy moly, I need to turn on a light. And the bows, le bow, the honor bows. Congratulations, everyone. Whew. Enjoy the piss yellow name, Darce. You've earned it. Same for you, Aces. You both played immaculately. The Knight Rider got the win. Yeah, it did. I'd have to do that in rolls. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for having the patience you did during the early parts of this tourney. We were having some severe tech issues, but it seems Steam got its act together as I will upgrade Darcy's score. 5-1. Well done. The payout for the Gamba. Oh, yes. What was actually the final prediction? Darcy, 78%. The crowd favourite. Well done. Well done, everyone. Yep, congratulations to everyone. Alright, folks. Remember, tomorrow, 5:30, there's going to be the Try Hard Throwdown. We have a mix of champions and other players who are going to be going EU, RU, ME. Hope you all enjoyed this today. And again, thank you all for your patience in getting this all together. I do appreciate you for that. And yeah, thank you to everyone who gifted subs and did all that shenanigans. The support has been really mind-blowing so far. Looking at it here, the follows we had, of course, Alter and Osiris, Jay, Raidus earlier on, Kaiju VS, Ondo with the 10 gifted, Embern with the 5 gifted, Tarnished Chimp for the raid, Ogres for the follow, Chief Fleef for the follow, Cheeto Proofhand, Minty James with a Z, an anonymous gifter, Ondo for the raid, Donut for the recent raid, and of course to all of our players, Darcy, Asus, Axie, Blue. Yeah, it should be, hopefully there's no problems. Blue, who else was in here? Osiris. Can I remember them all off the top of my head? There's been so many of these, I kind of... Alright, we'll go through it in order then. That's it. Darcy's, Embern, Osiris, Crouching Kangaroo, Shitter the Third Tree, Asus, Axie, Blue, Nocta. And of course, to all the people over at Den, maintaining this beautiful... Look at this arena. Just look at these arenas, guys. Look at these arenas, guys. Just take a quick... Oh, never mind. Just look at these arenas and all the work that they've put in to make all of this work out nice. It's absolutely stunning. To Amy, to Jack, to Axie as well, for making all of these things work. And KJL, of course, I know he stepped down, but he played an absolute blinder. I'd be remiss not to thank him. And of course, for the tourney app, both Halvard and Amelia, for pulling together to make all of it work. Ladies and gentlemen, join me tomorrow and with the wonderful It's Montage for an absolutely goated tourney. I will see you all at 5:30 Irish time, same start time as ever, and we'll find someplace cozy to send you all. Congrats again, Darce, and good showing, Aces. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. YouTube chat, hello. Are you still there? Is anyone home? If any of you are there, I hope you enjoyed the tourney. I don't get a chance to talk to you a lot all that often. Fortunately, the Twitch chatters get preference, unfortunately. But yeah, if you've any questions or anything, I know it's only a small crew here, but if you've any questions or anything like that you want to bring up or anything like that, small, I think I'm happy to sit here for a few minutes. What a goated fucking tourney, though. Holy shit. That was actually really nice. I really, really enjoyed that. Hungover as I was. We have our little bit of ruleset to keep us going. But yeah, lads, I hope you very much enjoyed. I've been really enjoying these beginners tourneys. They've been absolutely phenomenal. People have played a blinder all the way through. So you all did an absolutely... For any of the players, if you are interested, of course, you can join the Discord. It's in the description. I just said I'd stop by and just say I appreciate you guys an awful lot for chilling out. Why aren't we seeing more Rakshasas? Mostly because it's not actually that great, GG. Rakshasas are kind of Off Rakshasa is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Mostly because it plays off of a true combo. And it has some really solid damage. But in terms of like how the meta is oriented, like for starters, pretty much everything the two-handed Rakshasa does is backstabbable, which is kind of nasty. Which definitely throws it for a loop. The Weed Cutter got a change, but it's less of a frame trap and more of a kind of reaction button press. Which, if you're going up against Rakshasa at a higher, even mid level, you're gonna have no one's gonna press into you. They're just gonna wait out and go for whiff punishes, especially given that the current level of play with Great Cats. Although I imagine that may change. It may be a shunter situation where it's like a secret top tier, but yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. It's if yeah, Rack. I've been deeply unimpressed. I know I've watched Faded do some ladder matches with Rakshasa, but I don't know. It's just not ideal. I don't like it. I don't like it as a setup, and I find in my first time tuning on YouTube a bit late, but regardless, thank you, Enda. Yeah, no worries. The VOD will be up forever anyway. Ish. I'm just gonna call you Ish. Off rack plus Milady or off rack plus BHB Circ is crazy strong even with restrictions. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think that probably the best off rack setup is either main dagger or most likely the Circ. It's actually a wonder no one's used the Circs. The Circs, the Curse Blade Circ is actually legal in my rule set. It has been for a while. I think it's only tomorrow we'll actually see it because I know Braun is going for that one. Oh, Jesus, that's fucking great. I know Raincoat's been using main rack off main Curse Blade off rack and has been doing some good work. They did really well on the NA tourney with it, which was quite nice to see. The NA FOC not so long ago. So there definitely is it. I'm just not very impressed with it. I think the Thrusting Sword beats it. I think the Shamshir beats it. Maybe Twin Blade has some trouble. Obviously BHB in whatever form it is does really well into it. You're better off just using the BHB then at that point. I think it's just a personal preference kind of thing. That could be just me. I don't know. I leave it to your discretion, lads. Someone mentioned, I think it was Ogrez in Twitch chat did mention about Shamshir being not the strongest. I think that completely misses the point of S tier. Just because kind of like an aside, it's just like kind of a little bit of a rant. S tier, everything that's in S tier is broken. That's how Elden Ring works. It's actually, everything there is broken. I could even put like BHB in double S tier as well. Like, I think that thing is just absolutely insane. It's a tier above everything else. And like Thrusting Sword, you have Patas, you have... It's just, yeah, it's kind of nuts. So I think that maybe... I just found out Cirque has a feint as well, which is kind of weird. But does the Curse Blade have it? That's interesting. I've only played with base BHB in Fidget's tourney not so long ago. That's the first time I even took it into a competitive setting. The setup is absolutely gross in the extreme. Absolutely disgusting as far as setups go. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with that setup. It needs to do an awful lot less damage for starters. It's just insane. BHBs are just broken flat out. No if buts or maybes about it. Absolutely busted. I don't know. Any last questions or anything before I knock this one in the bud? What do you think the strongest den legal setup currently? Let me just check the rule set real quick. That's a good fucking question. Let's take a peek. Give me a moment, folks, while I just take a quick look at the rule set. PC leaderboard. Leaderboard rules. Let's take a gander. Okay, Ashes of War. They've just banned Sword Dance on Light Greatsword and still on Sheer. That's fucking stupid. Whatever. Backhand blade, backs upgrade +8 or +6. Okay. I would say that backhand blades are still probably one of the strongest things in the game then. Be that or TS, or Patas is banned. Clean Rot is banned two-handed. It's between Clean Rot then and... Yeah, Clean Rot or Backhand Blade. It's one or the other. I think that Fists would do really well into it. I think that the... Okay. Okay. Bear with me now. This is going to sound crazy. I still think that BHB is still one of the strongest things in the game, even with the +16 restriction. Because it's framed out as utterly fucking bonkers. And its moveset is, like, really good. Even if it doesn't do as much damage, I think that the lack of recovery on everything that it does is still kind of insane. I might be bonkers, but then it's going to be between Fists with are Mega Greases allowed on those things? Let me actually check. What greases are banned? Because if greases are banned on greases, tree spears, sleep poison. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's going to be between two-handed thrusting sword and most likely either Fists or BHB. It's between those three. Those would be the strongest ones. I would say personally that BHB is just a war crime even if it doesn't do insane damage. Just with how the game functions. It has unreactables. It's borderline unpunishable. I think that it might actually be better than Fists in that respect, but I'd have to see how it plays out. That would be my personal take. That would be my take. Alright. So, yeah, BHBs are cracked. Thrusting swords are cracked. Fists are pretty good because they do good damage, and the way people play the game these days, it definitely suits them. Although I'd say if we get another Candemir to come in, I think that might actually be good. But anyway, folks, it's been really nice. YouTube chat, you are appreciated. I do read your messages as they flash by, and if I don't, I generally feel terrible. So, it's been a pleasure having you all, and I hope you enjoyed the tourney, everyone. Alright, we're going to crack on. I'm going to go get some rest and get ready for tomorrow. So, take care, everyone. Been nice chilling with you all for just a little bit. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. We'll just chat with the YouTube chat for a little bit, myself and Monty. So, right, catch you all tomorrow at 5:30 Irish time. And looking forward to seeing what the players have to offer then. Take care, everyone.